And that's us live. Hello, everybody. For our second Cthulhu stream, we weren't sure if this would happen because, well, I was hoping we would get through yesterday faster, but we didn't. So, we are doing it tonight. However, as you can see, our Leon has transformed all of a sudden, and I haven't changed his name on that. 2 seconds. I will fix that.
We now have Lee on.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee on the stream instead.
Yes.
What we've discovered is that Leon can be substituted for any other white man, and nobody cares. So,
I mean, last out was Richard.
Yeah. So as much as we have lost our lovely Leon, we have gained everyone's favourite Ginge, Lee, and he is going to be playing.
yeah. I'm going to be playing Wild Holiday, international explorer, and I'm going to help these people hopefully not die. Also sound a bit like Ralph. I said this voice is a bit higher than Ralph.
I was gonna say.
He's
Right,
playing
those
not
guys,
Ralph.
Well, he talks much. This guy can talk much faster than Ralph can talk. I also should have a cowboy hat, but I couldn't find it.
So above him, we have our resident Rachel, who has been in every game so far.
And far.
And who is she going to be playing?
I'm very persistent like that, guys. I play Margaret, who is an engineer and sort of interested in other worldly things. And I finally got a new spell, which I'm very excited about.
Well, tell him what it is.
And you'll have to wait.
Mhm.
And last game, I used a drill, an amazing drill. I was very happy about that, actually, because I rolled really good.
Mm-hmm. You rolled so well that you may have killed the creature.
Hopefully I did.
And directly to her left, we have Chris. Who will Chris be playing?
I will be playing Lord Cathcart, the cat-speaking, shall we say, slightly eccentric peer that can be speak a few languages here and there and do a few other things.
And directly under him, we have Fluffgar, our resident artist, and who will she be playing?
I'm playing the very nervous archaeologist, Harry McAllister.
And I am your lazy Egypt, and I am your keeper of arcane lore, or keeper for short. Yes, I do believe Call of Cthulhu has a very strange naming convention for DM or GM or whatever you want to call it. But keeper is fine. And does anyone want to recap what happened last time for us?
Well, yes, I spent most of the day touring around London, dining in fine restaurants. I got introduced to the museums around the city, and then I had a quiet dinner and a drink before heading off to bed. Oh, you mean you guys? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I started off in my house, had a really creepy dream. The other three, Chris, Murray, and Leon, started in a train on their way to meet Mr. Carter. We all ended up there eventually after I had to go and find the doctor because Leon wandered off. And then we got a job for the dig to try and find what was there. We hired some rugby people as muscle. We used the drill, dug a hole, got inside. Most of the rugby players got took out by something we didn't see. And then we got into the main bit, and it had the 5 stages of grief statues, which who figured out? I can't remember. Was it Chris? I think it might have been Chris.
Maybe.
It was a
And
combination
then
of everybody. Someone mentioned are these grief. I remember someone had said something about that, and then that clicked Chris on to 5 stages of grief.
yeah. Oh, because I mentioned the vision that I'd had because I did my tarot cards. And then there was this weird, what do you call it? A creature
That's
Yeah.
the
in the
perfect
room.
way to describe it. This weird.
Yeah.
Look, he's deliberately not going to give you the name of the creature. So
Batman
what do you
without
call
a
it?
face.
Faceless winged thing.
Oh, there was something before that.
Oh,
That was.
Wait, did I
Damn
mean
it,
say
what I
something
forgot.
different?
Remember, you went into the room of light.
Yeah, the multi-dimensional bullshit creature.
Oh,
Yeah, the creature, that's what I said.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I destroyed my hand by touching it because, I ain't bright. Thought, why not?
It's not destroyed. It is like aged. So you've got like
Yeah.
one hand that's older, and it was
Completely
burnt,
messed
but
up.
over because Pulp Cthulhu are tougher than the average person. Between
Thank
Dr.
God.
Logan and the time that you've spent, it is healed up.
it has gone completely green and you have 6 fingers though.
But it still remained aged. So it's like
Yeah.
the rest of you is quite young. You have a random old lady arm.
That's
Well,
what was
we all
meaning.
get
The
there in the
weird
end if we're
creature
lucky.
thing was in the room of light. I just forgot to mention the room was light, and we, probably shouldn't have gone in, but I did. Then the creature that was killing all the rugby guys took Leon, and then for some reason dropped him. We don't know why, or Mary knows why, but we don't know why. Then we ran away because we were very scared. I crushed it with the drill. I did that, yes.
And Rachel's
we ran
cat got
away.
my cat pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You're paying for the kittens.
Okay. Child support, kitten
Yes.
support. I had to be responsible. Yes, and now we're going to somewhere else because there is another part of the story, which you'll find out as you watch this episode.
Okay, yous at the end you had met an associate of the Ambrosia organization or foundation, sorry, who you found out Lord Cathcart has had dealings with. They had informed you that yous accidentally may have released something, and basically you need to seal it up. You need to deal with this situation before it causes more harm. Well, Lord Cathcart does, but you guys could stand to make some money if you get on the side of this organization. They are very wealthy and they do throw their money around, so be worth sticking in with them. And they did have one stipulation though. Due to the reports, you guys were not very tough at fighting. You fleed the creature, so they have brought in their resident expert to help you in disposing of whatever creature it is. An expert in violence.
I ain't book smart like the rest of you, but I'm pretty good at shooting things between the eyes. So just tell me where it is, point me in the right direction, and I'm sure me and Betsy, Trisha, and Bernadette over here, they'll show them what to do.
Oh no, he names his guns.
It also has the names written on the side. I'm going to show you where the names are engraved onto each of the weapons. I also
I
have
love
these
that.
as well, but these don't have names. This is just Naffy and Mr. Punch. But it's just
Eh,
that doesn't seem silly to name punching weapons. This is
Would
Mr. Explodey.
Chris like to roll a mythos knowledge whilst he's showing you the guns?
Oh, because there's something else in the guns.
Death.
Success.
Yeah. We'll see if I can get that to come up on the. You've noticed something. These seem to have runes on the guns. This might not just be bullets that this shoots.
Interesting guns, young sir.
Oh yeah, these were bestowed upon me by, on one of the adventures the Ambrosia Society took us on to America. It turns out that regular guns don't do so much damage against these hell creatures, these monsters. So a lady has some power. She wrote some stuff on them. She cast some spells, and now, well, let's just say we can hit back.
Does this mean that this would be very useful? I hold up the magnum.
Look at well, this is a mighty fine weapon. This is very pretty. If we find a normal human being, this'll do the job. But against one of these creatures, then maybe just use this to buy yourself some time and then get out the way. Unless one you find educated fellows or young lady can perhaps do something with this. This one's
Well, I
been
don't
touched by the
really
power of the
use
gods.
guns. I don't really use guns.
That's why That's why they've sent me along with you. You stay behind me. You keep the motor running.
Speaking of weapons,
I've
did
got
you
the
file the
engine, don't
correct
worry.
paperwork before you came, or would you like one of these? At that point, I hand a license to
Like license.
Harry and Margaret. And do you have your license already, or would you like one of
Oh, you
these?
don't need to worry about me. I was bestowed a license by my very good friend, Lord Wanda. He's connected to this Ambrosia Society. He's not with us at the moment. He's headed back to South America. But I have all the appropriate paperwork in case your lawman try and have any questions about why I'm holding so many weapons. However, to make things easier, I'll just say I'm your bodyguard.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I'll have one just in case I ever need a gun, but not really my thing.
It isn't just for guns, it is for other forms of weaponry as well.
Thanks.
Okay. You just sign it and whatever.
Sorry, Flocker, I couldn't hear you there. What was that you said?
Oh. You should be able to hear me fine.
I can hear you now. I might have just missed it when Chris was talking.
I was just being
I
stupid.
interrupted.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
right. It's okay. I just didn't want to miss it in case you were saying anything. You guys can continue. Sorry, I just didn't want
Oh,
to.
sorry.
So, Harry,
so
what
I
kind of weapon would you like?
Oh, come on.
I'm not sure. I'm not terribly good with the shooting. Father used to say, well, he's trying to hand the.
Can we give Harry a machine gun?
Why don't you take a hold of one of these types of
Yes.
weapons? And I'm going to just say, perhaps some kind of shotgun. You don't need to be good with these. You just need to point them in the direction of the thing you want to not be there anymore. You can't really miss.
Harry will like
say that.
take the gun, but be like mortified by the idea of it at the same time. Like,
You can also hit other things.
Thank you.
Just be careful.
Maybe you stay the back.
I'm
Like,
starting to
holding it
feel
like-
like I might have to ask Harry to do a sanity check the way he's a dog.
Did you also, Lee, did you just tell the person with the shotgun to stay at the back?
Yeah, I said if he doesn't want to use the weapon, then perhaps he should just stay at the back and don't use it. I mean, I'm not trying to force this on you. If
you're
not
in
a
the
fighter,
back with
that's
a
fine.
shotgun, if you're in the back with a shotgun, point it down.
I mean,
Nobody wants a shot in the back.
Oh, especially at close range, that would put a hole in you probably about yay big. Harry, maybe just take cover when the bullets start flying.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Only pointed at someone you want to kill or harm.
Yeah,
Or in
I
some
mean,
cases, scare.
we'll give Harry some training first.
Or scare, yeah.
Perhaps.
Not with a shotgun.
Harry's
'Cause the
completely out of
spread's
his
just
depth here.
insane.
He's like, I dig things up. I dig up things that are long dead and bits of pottery and stuff. What is happening?
I mean,
Did
that
you
gun
never
might
go hunting
eventually
with your
get dug up.
Sorry? I missed what happened there.
I-
Two people spoke at the same time. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Chris to say his
I
thing.
was waiting for Rachel to say her thing.
Well, if you don't talk for long, I'll start talking and I won't stop. So perhaps you should.
I just, well, the gun will get dug up eventually if it gets old enough.
Yes, quite.
And
So
and
technically,
Take the
it'll be
gun
dug
off
up.
of him. Well, I'm gonna go put this away.
Really.
and if you didn't use
Be
it,
fine.
you may end up being the thing that got dug up.
Well, that happens to us all at some point.
Hopefully, I don't get dug up. I mean, when I'm dead, I would like to stay buried.
Can I request that we get some more people to help these fine folk? Because I feel like you're causing death. Like we're gonna succeed here, right? Just perhaps we should move on from these depressing thoughts.
So yeah, the last thing you were given was some papers of reports of like murders. It's assumed it's murders, but this does gain the focus of the Ambrosia organization of people turning up dead with burnt out eyes.
Is this what happened with the creature that you met before? It burned out people's eyes.
No.
Well, one of
Although
them did.
the rugby people,
Wasn't about-
I saw one of the guy tear his own eyes out. Maybe
That's-
it's the same thing.
You would know better than me. That sounds truly terrifying. Though I'm sorry you had to see something like that.
I
Traditionally,
survived,
this
it's
doesn't
okay.
come up in archaeology.
I'm sure. Have you never excavated areas with ritual killings or anything? You got up to all kinds of wild
Well,
stuff.
yes,
like
but
that.
usually they've happened previously and aren't current events.
Where were these killings? Was it nearby? Was it nearby to where you met this creature? How far away are these murders happening?
The middle of
Looks at
Scotland.
paper.
Yeah, it's
Just
at the
down the road.
borders.
Scotland.
It's like Langholm was like real world Langholm is basically just above the border to England. It's basically just leaning in the Scotland end, and it's like when I'm saying the borders, I mean, and it's that kind of area, the UK. These murders seem to be showing up.
Is it within quite a small area? Has it been across many miles of the borders?
It's like it seems to be going town to town.
Has it been a clear progression? Has it been like coming south? Or could we guess the next location?
It seemed to be doing a circle.
So
Is the circle getting wider, or
It was smaller. It's like it's like just sort of around the area. It seems like if you were to calculate a pattern, it does seem like you would have to go back to Langholm.
okay, is there an area or kind of is an area of significance there? Is it a circle in the area where you met it originally, or was there some other significant structure or building there?
well,
The dig
there
site
was a
is the only
sort
one
of
I'm aware of.
temple inside the dig site.
Yeah, I guess. And there was this thing. It tried to destroy my hand, and I'll show you my old wrinkly hand.
No, I think you should maybe get some gloves. That is unsettling.
That's a good point, actually. Gloves. I'll write that down.
Just a glove. Okay. Looks at them with her 90-year-old hand.
Buy gloves.
Fingerless gloves. So what do you want to do now? Should we head back to this area? Should we? Does it say if the attacks are at night or during the day, or have they been close together? How
Well-
many days have passed since this creature was released?
I closed the entrance so nothing can go back in or get back out. No, or get out. So, I mean, that doesn't really matter anymore. I think it's more sort of, capturing whatever it is and getting rid of it.
I will say from the papers, just with you asking about the times, it seems like the bodies are found during the day, but like every single one is like timed at midnight. The
As
day,
in,
like that's what's freaky. That's why they're thinking it might be like a killer, because they seem to be dying at midnight, and it's every single day. There's been one, and yous have been away for a couple of weeks.
so it's not every day then. It's perhaps every few days that bodies, people are being attacked. You said there was a couple with their eyes burned out. Has it always been couples? Has it been single people?
It's been
Oh, well, it was
different
in the
individuals in the paper. It was a couple was the first one that you were announced. This has been a couple of weeks later. Sorry, I should be more specific about this. There have been continuous reports, and it's getting close. It basically was in the middle of it, like an interest story, but now it's front page news. Yeah, it's like it's different people. It doesn't seem to like it's different age groups. It's different, male, female. It's like it can be anything.
But always with the eyes.
I will say
burned
there was no kids because specifically in the rules it's like no. It seems to be
No
all
kids, no
adults.
animals. They were all kind of dicks as well, so we don't get upset about it,
Yeah, they were all horrible people. Every one of them had a criminal record.
Yeah, that's how it goes, really, isn't it?
just fumbled, just didn't stick the land in there, Scott. Especially the 20s. Poors, you mean, eh? Right. Anyway, so surely we should return then. Is there anything you wish to bring with you? Is Ambrosia Society going to provide you with any means of subduing this creature other than myself? I'm
Not
looking at
that I'm
Chris. I
aware of.
realize that when I'm looking at Chris, you can't see that on the screen, so I'm just like looking in your direction. She says
Well-
to Lord Cathcart.
Well, I'm sure a few of us have been researching various mystical means of dealing with these things. And also, I'm bringing a moon. What you see now is a moon is just sitting there and he's got like a pilot hat on
Oh, right, okay.
and a little pair of glasses.
I wish it ended at pilot and it was just like a
Help
mouse sitting on his back.
What did you say, Scott?
Help me!
Do you want some salmon?
I want this hat off me.
The hat
Um,
remains.
During this couple of weeks, will I have been able to do any research about the site? Will I have been able to find out anything from just records or documents or just anything, really?
You've just because I'm just going to give you, I'm not going to make you the archaeology rules and stuff like that. Most real science knowledge, there's not a lot, but there was a lot of occult rumors and folk tales of things disappearing near that hill, and like fae folk stories that sound very similar to what you're dealing with. No one's like pinpointed it together, but it's like it seems like maybe this was what people were describing these stories.
Would Ambrosia have told me anything more about that?
And no, you are doing the job for them. Like that is your
Okay.
job.
Is there a
I
path
will make it clearer because he will during the time he will have been told more information. The Ambrosia organization just wants you to contain things and gain information on things. The pays quite well for this.
Is there a pattern to these attacks that like happen every 60, 70, 100 years? Does your historical account take any of this in?
It
He says
doesn't.
to Harry.
It's just like rumors. It's like see how if you're reading like a folk story, the town that you're at, it's like Like we have like in Glasgow we have the Gorbals vampire, and it's that kind of story where it's like not tied to any specific time. It's just folk tales.
Harry like bumbles about, sort of. Well, it's actually very interesting. The fairies that is used to kidnap people and then bring them back at a different time, but I don't know if that's the same stories yet. It seems slightly different. There seems to be more of a malevolent presence in these stories. And he just sort of starts rambling about
Yeah,
all this the folklore.
Why it sits down and listens intently. Sits down really cowboy though, you know, like when they like
Like
Just like
spit in a
opens
pot in a
up a
minute.
tin of beans and puts in the fire.
just drinking a can of beans, spinning a gun in one hand
Gets
for no
the
reason.
harmonica out.
Yeah. That's it's really fascinating. Nothing that can help us with this, though. Never refer them as a fae folk.
Harry realizes and looks down. No.
Oh, okay. Did you learn anything when you faced this beast originally? No, you didn't try to attack it. Is that right?
We knew that fire pushes it back.
Fire.
Yes,
so
that
perhaps,
is true.
So it seems weak to
Light.
fire. So perhaps if we
Possibly
had some kind
light,
of
actually,
that.
But it was in a room.
because the camera seemed to have slowed it down enough as well for us to make our escape.
But the
But that-
room was light that
that
it was
was-
in.
That was the first thing we saw. The other thing, I don't know.
I
The
honestly
attacks
thought
are taking
Margaret.
place at night, and it perhaps is more nocturnal. Perhaps has somewhere to go to ground during the day. I suggest we return to this area, perhaps so we can track it. Unless there's anything you want to do here.
I thought we'd driven away from the town.
I think we're in London
We've
now.
been away for a couple of weeks, so.
Okay, right.
That's why I say we should return as opposed to something else. Like we should go outside and it's there.
Basically,
should
we
never
went
go
the
there
track
again.
and you found that it might have circled back round. It seems Mythos things don't operate in thought patterns, but I will say, Chris, you've got a high animal companionship knowledge.
Yeah.
You know that animals tend to circle an area. That's their territory.
Well,
That
they tend
might
to
make
have.
sense.
They tend to have a hunting ground animals, like their own territory that they would hunt from. So perhaps would be best going straight back to where we came from.
My assumption would be try and find it during the day, maybe when it's sleeping, because I feel like during the night this could go very poor for us.
Well, if the people are getting killed at midnight, then surely it will be out not long beforehand. So that would be a good time, no?
Okay, out of character. I seem to remember at the end of the last session, Rachel's character drilled the flying thing that we
That-
saw into a
I
wall.
did say
So that would imply there's another thing.
Yeah, there's
getting
something
everyone.
else out there. That's all I'm figuring out.
Perhaps.
Stone-faced keeper gives nothing away.
It's a mystery. It's horror. If I give anything
Or
away,
maybe it is immune to drills.
I will
Damn
point
it.
out. Right. You remember this for Dr. Logan. The flying creature grabs things and takes it away. Don't know what it does to them, but it didn't seem to it seemed to ignore Logan. You don't know why, but it seemed to ignore him. It didn't.
They picked him up and they basically went, yeah. And threw him away.
Maybe it was just too far gone in the head.
Possibly.
I mean, he's been sleeping it off for a few weeks now. Still hasn't got over it.
Yeah, he's came to a
Being his
few of your
opium supply.
meetings and stuff like that, but he has been messed up. He is not going with you right now. He doesn't want to go back
No.
there.
Well, he was still sawing himself last time I heard. That's right, Leon, you were, haha.
It's canon now.
Yeah, we've had to keep him out of the eyes of the public, so no one thinks he's gone mad.
Promise him one of the kittens.
I did,
Yeah,
yes.
just surrounded
Well,
by the
no,
kittens.
that would have been Christmas thing.
Well, I mean, is there anything else you wish to research? Is there anything else you found out in the last couple of weeks, or shall we try and find this creature? The society's become particularly restless, and I have other jobs to look after once we're finished here.
I do agree with him. We should probably move out soon.
Okay, do you take the car or do you take the train?
I'm gonna take my car.
May
They
I
all
take
fit
your
in the
car
car,
with you?
so-
Or I have weapons. I'd rather not explain them
Absolutely.
to every single person that we go through the train with.
May
Of
I
course
take
you can.
the
I
car as
appreciate
well?
Absolutely. You all may take the car. Harry, would you like to come in the car as well?
Yes, my lady.
Absolutely welcome. Come
I
along.
just feel like he deserves a fedora at this point. With the way he's acting, and he's like,
He's just super. He's not used to being around women. He's
so
super
definitely
awkward.
got a fedora then.
There's 3 fedoras that he wears. Which one do I tip?
But first, I really need to buy some gloves because no one really wants to see this. I will
It is
go up and
truly
buy some
terrifying
gloves.
to behold, to be honest. I mean, usually I would find something nice to say, but it is really disconcerting when you have a young lady's hand and a withered old with big ass long nails. Like, why do you even cut them? Like, why would you leave them like that? It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, they must have grown quite quick. I'll just go and.
It's for the whole mystic thing. It gives it a bit of something, you know.
I can't put them in a glove unless I have a glove with them sticking out.
Cut the
Oh,
ends
that'd be
off
quite
so
cool.
they come out.
I go
Yeah, but
back
I don't want people to think I'm.
into my house and change into like more appropriate clothing from my fancy suit into like more like an expensive looking duster and
Some jodhpurs.
a big hat and like
Your riding boots.
riding boots. Yes.
You come in dressed like a cowboy, and I'm like, this is just awkward. I mean, we're on the same thing now. I mean,
No, I am dressed like a gentleman ready for the hunt.
that makes
Yeah.
more sense. Yeah. So I
I'm
put
gonna
Cthulhu
put,
music on in the background and just started growling
Yeah,
at me there.
I found out the music wasn't playing through Twitch, so I now just play whatever music you want in your background, spooky stuff. I do apologise. I will try and find a way to get it through the Twitch, because I really want music added to these, especially Mutant. When that starts back up. So, use get back. I'll just say you have collected all your things, and you get in the car. Is there any like things that are weird that you would want to pick up before you would head there, or would it just be your generic belongings and weaponry?
I would probably have like a whole bunch of mechanical shit in my boot.
I'll
So,
say
like,
you've
I
got
would
like an
sort of,
electrical
like-
repair kit and a mechanical repair
Yeah. I would have them in my boot.
I bring a slightly bigger than normal pick with me.
kit. You do have your full archaeological kit in the
Yeah,
car.
it's not a tiny one though. I'm like, okay,
This is
no,
my-
I need the
this is
full
my
size one.
special one. Yeah.
This is my
Just put
big
it in the boot,
spade
it's fine.
and my big brush.
A tactical shovel.
I would
There's only
purchase
so
a
much
first aid.
room.
I would purchase a first aid kit because like we might need it, even though we don't have a doctor.
Yeah,
Someone
actually a
dies, it's
proficient in
Leon's
first aid.
fault, just remember.
I'm proficient in first aid. Provided you're not ripped in half, I'm pretty sure I can sew you together. I can also
That's very
birth
helpful.
an animal, so if your cat gives birth, I can help with that.
I give Tommy a look
Weeks.
again, just the look of pure dirt.
Amon looks at you and goes, "Leave him alone. I love him. He's wild and untamed."
I attach a little cloak to him on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip off some of my bandana and I'm gonna take off the cap and give it like a little cap bandana. Seems to like that much more than the hat. So.
I hate this. I hate the hat. I hate that. Why are you doing this to me? I am a cat, a hunter. I will not be humiliated in this fashion.
I just look at Moon and I just
The belly
like
rubs.
deadpan, and forgetting to be quieter because I'm around people, I just turn around and say, "Yeah, but you also can't produce your own heat."
Oh,
Is he
rub
almost
it
done
in, why
picking?
don't you?
I
You know,
I
you
eat a
hate
little
did
bit
this.
of
I
this
his.
to
don't
us.
question it.
I eat a little bit of his salmon. Her salmon.
It's real sweet. I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Don't we have
We-
weapons that produce fire back in this time? I mean, other than just like filling up a bottle filled with oil and then putting an oily rag in it, I feel like we could get that in the
Molotov
village.
cocktail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
Molotov cocktail. So
Torches? They can't exist back in 19...
Torches do.
Flash
we'd have
torches.
lanterns. Yeah, yeah.
Lamps, that makes way
Aye.
more sense, yeah.
Lanterns and like actual torches
Have-
would be
yeah.
more common, but I'm pretty sure you would have electrical torches. It'd just be very rare.
You definitely have a Davy lamp, like, because they were getting
And we don't
used
need to
at
go
the
down the
time.
rabbit hole with this, guys.
Yeah,
If like
something
just the DM says it's
Yeah.
okay, it exists, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's start Wikipedia it.
Yeah. We're getting moving. So yous are.
Tommy's
Hmm?
Tommy's not coming with us because he was a bad behaved cat. Just to let you know,
Amon
He's,
is upset at this.
he's on he's on timeout.
How does a Moon feel? Did you say, Scott?
Amon is upset at this. Just a wee text at the top. Amon will remember this.
I'm not sure Owen would really care. I mean, after they've done what they're needed for, they're like, good.
Yeah. But Amon is in heat. Well, probably not anymore.
Not anymore. No, unlikely.
Anyway, I was just doing this for laughs anyway. So you are starting to travel. As you're driving, the rain's starting to pour down. There is a storm that seems to be coming in. It's very windy. You have to slow the vehicle down a little bit, or you might go off the road. It seems to be bad weather for the next couple of days.
Yeah, Harry, do you have any interest in learning how to use it to handle a gun, or is that something that you wouldn't be interested in? I can show you how to operate. I'll take the bullets out and I'll show you how this thing works if you really want.
Well, yes, certainly. It would probably be a good idea.
Now, this is this is a larger weapon, but this is a smaller one, and I'll take the bullets out. As we're driving, I'll just kind of show them how like it works, and, like,
As
how
you're
to operate the
doing
chambers.
as you're doing that during the journey, can I get Harry to roll me a shooting roll? But you're looking to fail this.
Be careful back there, boys. Last thing I need is a hole in the roof.
It's all right. I took the bullets out. I didn't want anyone to get shot with this. I've had experiences in
Failure.
other Cthulhu games.
Roll me a d10.
Alright, okay. 10.
Oh, nice.
Add 10 to that skill.
Ooh.
Harry is a fast learner.
Harry is
paying
very
attention.
good with the gun.
Harry is smart.
We are now
Yeah,
going to
nervous.
refer to him as Dirty Harry. Because he doesn't clean his archaeology kit.
Yeah, very dusty a lot of the time, yeah.
I won't force a gun upon you, Harry, but if the time comes, and I will give you a weapon, but I'm not going to make you take one if it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I do apologise if anybody is writing in chat. I cannot see it. I hope my players will talk to them if there is anybody.
Nope, nobody's talking, just me.
Alright.
Nope, we're all good.
We're all good because no one's here.
I think it's just us, Sally, and Jim.
We've got. Oh, there we go. Because I was going to say we've got at least 2 viewers. Aye. So
Tell them off in chat, and they've not came in.
we did have a hire for a wee bit there. But yous arrive in Langholm, and once again the storms are coming down. It's still early in the morning. Is there anything you want to do around town?
Well, last time you were here, I believe you're responsible, at least indirectly, for the death of our rugby team. Is that right?
I don't think they all died, but I think quite a few of them did die, yes.
Right, but did you take responsibility, speak to the families, offer your condolences, or did you just leave under the dead of night?
We
We
left
left.
under the dead of night, yeah.
All right, so it's
Mhm.
probably best not to go around town and then like say, "Hey, we're back. I'm sure Sarah, your family's died. We didn't attend the
No, I
funerals."
think it's best if we just, stay
Uh,
quiet.
Being a
Maybe we
nobleman, though,
should
I'm
go.
sure you spoke to the police and perhaps smooth things over.
No,
No,
they didn't
no.
give me enough time to.
And you are all well
I was
educated, is that right?
Yes, yes, we all are.
In archaeology.
Right.
You see,
In anthropology,
I didn't exactly expect to come back, if you get what I mean.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's understandable. These monsters are particularly scary. I mean, I've dealt with them before, and I'm going to open my shirt a bit and just show you this hideous scar right across the side of his chest, like something melted him at one point. So I can understand that these things they're terrifying.
Yeah.
Lord Cathcart, have you, as Ambrosia Society, perhaps made some leeway with talking to the officials of the town and exonerating yourself in the last few weeks?
well,
Lee only
as a
thought this about
noble,
30 seconds ago, by the way, guys. This is me having a go at you.
as a noble, generally these things do get smoothed over. I mean, there have been nobles in the past that have said killed a few people here and there, and
Fucking Tories.
I
That was-
I also agree. I am a Whig, but as we do, we just simply act as though we have no knowledge of it, and they simply went missing on the dig site.
Right. The dig site was under the purview of somebody else, so there was a local man of means that was in
No,
charge.
it
Mr.
was Howard
Carter,
Carter.
he did go very, he aged quite a lot in that time. So I'm not sure if people would recognize him anymore.
Is he still alive? Is he here in town?
We have institutionalized him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I read it in the paper. He wasn't doing too well. He started yabbering to the wrong people, and well,
I told him
people.
many times these things existed. He simply did not listen.
Right. Okay. Is there anyone in town we could lean on for assistance to perhaps find out any more information that we have not been privy to in the papers? Maybe some local tour or some local knowledgeable person. Are any of your friends left alive in here, or
Everyone died.
okay? Do you want to just go sit somewhere at midnight and take our chances, or do you have a plan? Or
I could go by the
I
fishmonger
will
again.
point out, not everyone has died. Most people that went on the digs with you, the photographer is alive, but you are unaware of where he is. Beauchamp, who funded it, is still in town. Roll me an idea roll. In fact, no, not going to roll it, because you guys are going to know these things. A good person it would speak to would be the Reverend, because you're looking for something that looks demonic to most folk. If anyone's seen it, they're probably got to go to him.
That's true. Let's go to the church.
the
Never
Reverend. I
thought I'd
read
say
about
that.
him in the report. Yeah. Let's visit this Reverend. Lord Cathcart. I'm assuming you're going to do the talking.
I mean, if that is what people want, is everyone else fine with that?
I don't mind.
I walk in a sort of not, because reverends have like little houses next to churches. So I knock on the door of the church house.
Okay.
Scott.
Yeah. Eventually, the Reverend comes out, and you guys will see a picture of him. He's in his vicar suit. He's bald. Looks a little grouchy, and he's like, "As in, you're not part of my congregation. How can I help you, sir?" And
Good Reverend. I am Lord Cathcart, and these are my associates. I would like to know, has there been anything one could call suspicious that has happened as of late?
well, recently a lot of the men that live in town have disappeared on an archaeological dig.
That's interesting, but has there been any sightings of things that could be described as otherworldly, or I don't know, perhaps demonic?
Roll me a charm.
Whereabouts is charm again?
Should be in your social skills. The reason I'm making you roll is this could go one of two ways.
It's the second one down in arts and crafts, Chris.
Look, it's arts and crafts. Like, what the fuck? You're gonna make a wicker basket?
No, art and crafts.
No,
That's
I
it,
like the
arts
other
and
way
crafts.
much. Yeah, you
How badly did you fail by?
Much better.
50 to
Arts
50.
and crafts. Whoopsies. I didn't mean to say it, arts and crafts.
Oh, your charm is poor anyway.
Yeah, it's my persuasion that's really high.
But this was a
charms-
charm roll because it's
My charm's shit as well.
Mine's horrific. That's why I was like, I'm not doing any of this talking. All my social skills are dog shit.
My
If you want, I can
persuasion.
beat this guy up. If that helps.
Listen, I have heard the rumours of several lords straying from the path. I suggest you find your way back to it, but elsewhere. I will point out you can push the roll if you want, but that will be bad if you fail this one.
Do it. Do it.
Can I-
do
Lord
it.
Cathcart is a Lord
Instead
Cathcart.
of trying to charm him, can I try and persuade him that we are really trying to help an area? And that we.
You'll have to word it that way. It was because
Okay.
you were very vague there. That's why I had you do a charm.
I speak very directly this time. We are here to help from an organisation. I have not strayed from any part. We are simply trying to clear up the unfortunate happenings that have happened nearby. Can you please tell us anything in relation to that?
Roll me a persuade. I don't know if he would think you're nuts.
Extreme success.
Oh.
Hey.
So persuady.
Well, I sell and buy things, so I do.
He kind of like strokes his chin a little bit. He looks like he's about to tell you off, and then you see a woman behind him. Like that's Margaret. I know her. And it's the Lady Buchanan that's behind him. You're the one that had shown you the drill, Rachel.
Oh, again. So nice to see. That drill was fantastic piece of equipment.
He kind of like looks around and it's like, it's enough. Can you vouch for this man? Is he sound of mind?
What's
This
the
is him
cat?
said it to, he said it to Margaret.
Yes, he is. So far, from what I can see, he's a very sound mind, lovely fellow.
If a lady of science is telling me that he's not mad, then I'll take her word for it.
Thank
It's
you.
what? Oh, there's been strange lights in the woods. And some people think it's an angel walking around. However, I just think it's a trick of the light, or perhaps them sleepwalking or dreaming. Who knows? But that's the only thing that's strange. The only thing I find strange about it is that I've had several of the flock mentioning it.
What
Would you
specific time? Any specific time that this has been mentioned?
It's round about just after nightfall when it gets dark.
After nightfall. Okay.
has anything unfortunate happened to those members of the flock?
Not seen it's Lady Patrice in a few days, but everyone else seems to be enamored by it. They seem to be searching it out.
Hmm.
Well, fine, sir. Do you could you point us in the direction of anyone who could give
It
us more information?
seems to appear in flashes. Like lightning, perhaps.
Hmm.
But it'll kind of like point to the woods, and it's some woods that are just outside the town, and that seems to be where the reports are coming from it.
Thank you very much, good Reverend.
Well, I have a good luck, and then he just kind of like closes the door on you as soon as he says that. He's done talking to
Oh.
you.
Okay. Well, should we get prepared for a midnight mission? They wouldn't call it a mission, would they?
Yes.
Investigation,
Yes,
perhaps?
thank you. Yeah.
But
Midnight
this being,
investigation, anyone?
yes, this being that people are seeking out as if they want to see it, does that not sound familiar?
Yes, it sounds like the creature that was within the very lady room.
We have to be
I
very
mean,
careful.
it did appear to be more than what we normally see. So while we may have sealed the entrance in the dimensions we understand, perhaps there's still a way in and out.
Yes, that seems like the correct assumption.
I would say we
Sealed the
would be.
dimensions that we understand is the coolest thing anyone has said on this so far. Right.
I would say we would be best equipping ourselves with light as we go forward down, since that did seem to be a deterrent to it.
Looking around the town, does it seem busy with people that maybe don't look like they're from here? Is it like hubbub? Like things that attract? Like there's a lot of murders here. Is there
Yeah,
like
there's
adventurer types? Are there investigative types?
And when you first arrived, you hadn't seen much, but as the afternoon comes, and especially late afternoon, you start to see the place get a little bit crowded, and you're seeing like a lot of excitement amongst folk.
Yeah. I wonder, did this thing call out to you when it was down there? Did you feel like a voice pulling you towards something?
No, it was just a light. It was just very intriguing.
It was in,
It didn't. There was no sort of enticing calling or anything.
okay. Is there anyone else kind of like loitering near the edge of the forest, like people that are maybe like tooled up like ourselves, like with a lot of equipment, kind of like doing things or anything like that?
The best way I could describe it is there's a lot of like naturey people around. Like seem to be wearing strange get-ups. In fact, you would know. It seems like it might be a cult.
Oh,
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. These son bitches, right? Every
This
time
isn't a good
one of
sign.
these things gets you get. I bet you there's 4 different cult there.
I begin loading my gun.
Just furiously taking notes.
It's like,
Cult,
look at it, it's like,
multidimensional beings.
One of them is like as in, tonight I will finally be chosen to look upon her beautiful face and finally be accepted in her embrace.
well, they're the ones that think it's a
Praise
good
be.
thing.
We could use them as a sacrifice. Nope, not a sacrifice.
I think the term we
Are
prefer to
you
use
in a
is
cult? Hang on.
we would use the word bait, or like
Thank you.
as
Yes.
yeah, we wouldn't say a sacrifice because that
As
implies
soon
that
as I
we're
said
willing
it, I
to
was like, that's not
sacrifice
the
a
right
human
word.
being to an evil entity from beyond that dimension. Is that the right
Margaret
word?
See-
switch
Dimension?
sides.
You're seeing different people sobbing and like looking very jealous, and like other ones cheering, and it's like there is a crowd
Yeah,
of
like I
these
said.
guys. There's about maybe 10, 15 folk.
So, should one of us perhaps try and break up the crazies?
I'm taking no part of that. If these people
We
truly
should
believe
send
that
out
that
false
creature,
information.
Hmm.
So tell them,
but like, oh, I seen it over there. You should go over there,
like
kind
in
of
a
thing.
different direction. Yeah, like spread rumors.
I may have skills of persuasion. However, persuasion tends only to work on those not of a feeble mind.
No, but like quite literally, your sanity does depend whether you can be persuaded or not.
Right. Perhaps
That's true. Yeah.
we should go and have a wander around the woods. If this thing is circling the area, then perhaps it spends its days in the woods and its nights out hunting. What do
Good
you want,
idea, Mr.
fellas?
Holiday. I agree with Mr. Holiday.
Oh, could you set the whole woods
Yeah.
on fire? That seems more. That
That
seems
could
easier.
also work.
I'm only joking. We
Um,
really shouldn't do
it could
that, right?
work. Yes.
shit.
It
Again,
wouldn't
I
be
was
good for
only
the
joking.
environment.
You forget who you're dealing with, Lee.
I mean,
I'm just
family
kidding.
have been known to burn out woods in the past as controlled burnings.
Yeah, I mean that is planned in some way. They don't just have 4 strangers turn up with some Molotov cocktails, throw them in the woods, and run away. That's not real. That was going to maybe draw some attention from the cults that are over there. But
Perhaps
perhaps
Maybe
burn
we
them
should.
down as well.
Maybe we should
No
just
one.
try it the way we were going to originally, and maybe leave the setting fire burning as a last resort.
Well, do you want to follow these people into the woods when they go in, and then when the creature, if it approaches them, then we pew pew?
That could be a possible idea. Well thought of, Mr. Holiday.
Just so you know, if you look at it, it might make you a little bit crazy.
Oh,
Well,
to know.
directly at it, you might want to kind of avert. What was that?
So perhaps a mirror that I can look
Avert
in
your
and then
gaze.
just.
No, I would say the best way would be to not focus like a sharpshooter, more spray and pray, as they say.
I can certainly fan the hammer if it's required. Okay, yeah. So, what do you suggest then? Do you want to wait till nightfall, or do you want to try and do a bit of recon in the woods right now?
Maybe we should do some recon. You never know what we might find.
Okay, I'm quite willing to take point. Should we try and speak to these colors, or does that seem like they'll just try and convert us?
I feel like
They're crazy.
that
Like
would
the
be a
robes, they
waste
look
of my
comfy.
time. And as I am already an aged man, I do not have as much time as the rest of yours. So it would maybe beneficial for us to pass the more insane people in the village.
Okay, do you want to
Unless
round
you,
up the rest of the rugby players as well and see if they want to come with us, or is there the
I
opposition team perhaps?
I think they may be in mourning, and I think they may need some time to themselves.
Okay.
I
And
will
plus, if
point
they
out,
see us,
as you
they
say
may
that,
kill us.
you see one of the rugby players for the bar just like staring, scowling at you.
I
Not me.
pretend
He
I
doesn't
haven't
even
seen.
know me.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him.
I just act as a posh person would and ignore the poor.
Harry also
I
tries to
don't
pretend
know.
to not see him, but in the most awkward and obvious way possible.
He's
Sweating,
looking
So-
straight
keeps
at
looking
Harry.
back.
Because Harry's...
Sweat.
It was Lord Cathcart, oh no, in fact it was Dr. Logan, it wasn't Harry, so it's Lord
It was Logan
Cathcart
and
that
Cath.
he's staring at.
I'm sure you'll reimburse the ones that survive for that time, though, surely.
Well,
Nope.
we went.
Right.
It was Mr. Carter that was providing the money.
Yeah.
I do
Mr.
have
Carter,
50.
who's in an asylum.
I
Makes a
walk over
note.
to the rugby player. Then,
Hmm.
why are you staring at me, large sir?
Ah, God damn it.
Kenny
We
seemed
stand
like
as
more
cracking his
people's
knuckles, and it's
skills.
like, as in, you think it's funny?
What do I think's funny? I could, if you're wanting a payment, I can pay you right here, right now.
Roll a dodge, please.
Oh,
He's gonna throw hands.
fisticuffs.
I mean, what did you think was going to happen here?
Failure.
Oh shit!
How bad a failure?
87 to 10.
It was real bad.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It basically just got.
Just- whoa. It's like
You
that.
didn't see it coming.
Have you seen that film Snatch where he just uppercuts him off the ground and he goes like, whoa.
roll me a D4.
Can I step in front of his prone body and be like,
3.
yeah, I think he's
Go.
had enough.
Whack! Right in your nose. Blood starts spluttering out. And you're kind of knocked back onto the ground a wee bit. Listen, get out of town. I don't want to see you back here. I've lost good friends because of you.
And if it isn't for us, the entire village will be lost.
I'm going to stand between them
And
now. I
also
will
pull
say
out the gun at the same time.
I can't let you hit him again. He deserved that for what happened to your friends, but we truly are trying to help. This was not brought upon by us. This was by, I forget the other guy's name,
Lord Carter.
by Lord
That's
Carter. He hired us, and we,
It was
Mr.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, he had us. We did not know
He
what was in
told
there.
them that they'd be getting paid a fortune for just on and about making sure the media don't get involved. They left them in there.
I look back.
I'm
Do you
holding the
leave him in
gun
there?
at
I'm
this
not
point.
there actually. I didn't walk over.
No,
Yeah, I don't walk over either. I just see this hand in front of me. Oh, my word.
I've got
I'm
the
just gonna pretend to have a conversation with Harry when he's probably just panicking.
I've got
Oh, I
the
think
the gun
Harry's
in my
more
hand, but
panicky
at the
about you
same
trying to have
time,
a conversation with him.
at the
Yes.
Look
same
at
Oh, woman!
Harry.
Ah!
Ah,
Ah!
how am I
at
supposed
the
to make some
same
tea?
Sorry, what did you
At-
think?
at the
Sorry,
same
go ahead.
time, I've got my hand in my pocket with the gun, and I bring out £40 and say to him,
Oh,
"This
money,
is
money,
double
sorry.
than what you would have gained. Take this and leave back for the village now, or I will be forced to use the thing in my other hand."
Double it. Their wives deserve.
No, it is this or the bullet.
Holy shit, you're mean.
Do I
You
hear
just-
this?
Yeah, don't say that. Yeah,
I am a
Scott,
peer
what-
of the
Browse
realm.
photo.
Scott, would
I
I
am-
hear this from where I would
You're
be
hearing
standing
all of this.
before?
I am a
I'll
peer
walk
of the
over.
realm, and you assaulted a peer of the realm. You know what
Lord,
the police would do if you did not. Take
Right,
this.
I
Lord,
need you to roll a debt. Oh, sorry, what you doing, Rachel?
I think it's time to, leave things alone. Guns never solve anything. I mean, you don't want to kill someone out in the open. He's a good man. he's lost friends. You know, money's not really the answer to you know, when your friends have died.
You
Get money
owe
shoved in your
double
face.
that. Their
Best
wives
answer.
deserve to at least know that they're not going to starve to death this winter.
I will give you 50.
Okay. Holy shit. We have monsters to kill.
Roll me a
I'm
persuade.
gonna take out
I'm just gonna roll the
I think so you got a
success.
dog him there.
Right. He grabs the cash off you. And he's like, "Say what you have today, but get out of town. I don't want to see you in here."
I'm
You
gonna
made
give
the-
him
He kind of
I'm gonna
staggers
give
back into the pub. You didn't notice it at first, but he's like clearly quite drunk.
As he walks in, you're like, yay! Free rounds for everyone. Don't even care.
and then he's like, oh wait, everyone's gone. Never mind.
Cheap round, yeah, even better. Well, Cathcart, I think you could have handled that a bit better. I mean, as a poor man whose friends have been murdered in front of him, perhaps
Poor
don't
men should
approach
never
these guys.
assault their betters.
I mean, how better are you though?
The thing that
Would a
Wyatt would
better
also
man
notice
Go to
if he
violence
was
straight away.
if Wyatt pays attention because like he's good with guns, he would notice that the revolver was specifically in a round that didn't have a bullet in it.
Well, what Wyatt will say is, let me explain this to you, that a man's actions denotes whether he is a better or not. And your actions are not that of a man that is better. His friends are dead, and you threw money at him, and then you threatened him with violence and death. Your title, it means nothing. It is, you were given it by an accident of birth. However, this is not the time or the place. I'm here to protect you. But let me explain this to you, is that once this is over, I will be requesting never to protect you again. Because
Fair enough.
what you just done there went right. You could have easily sent money next week. But let's
I will
deal
be
with the business
sending
at
money
hand.
next week.
I can see that.
With no threat of violence, hopefully.
I'm not going to threaten violence in future.
Glad to
Okay.
hear it. Perhaps we should deal with the business at hand. Here, do you need me to reset that nose?
No, it was already curved enough.
You have a tad bit, you know, blood on your face.
So
You know,
yeah,
just a
just
little
a
bit.
little
Yeah.
it
here.
looks cool.
I'm loving how the cat is now in game.
I imagine at this point Amin is just laughing.
Amon is not, because
What is Amin doing?
Amin is just like
Pining after Tommy.
Scratch
we
my
have
that
tongue
was
and
playing
my
on.
fish money.
Fish money.
Unless you have any other plans, should we head towards the woods and see if we can see anything or
Yeah.
find anything?
Yes, I think we should do that.
Boy.
What my plan was is I wanted to just go to the woods and like have a wander around within reason, not like try to like get lost or anything. But what I'm looking for is any kind of ruins, piled up stones, cairns, anything that denotes that something at one point was maybe worshipped here. Caves, creepy bullshit, whatever. Fairy castles. Cat buttholes.
Just real shortcut it. As you're going through the woods, the only thing that's odd is there seems to be some rocks set up, and they seem to be set up in an odd way. They've only recently been set up though, but it's almost like it's for a gathering. It
Maybe
seems
some
like,
cult's done. Yeah.
Like a circle that people would stand within, or
yeah,
perhaps
it's like a
okay.
circle, and there is a stone in the center, and yeah, just ahead of the stone that's in the center You can see a small pile of ash.
Can I go up and have a look and see if I can, I don't know, maybe determine if there's anything else in the ash
Teeth.
or something that makes
Bones.
obvious. Yeah.
A gold tooth.
Hey, that's mine.
Can I just ask the
Do you
stone
have
was,
any
was
skills
it a
with-
raised one? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's raised. It's like for somebody to stand on, maybe. And I was gonna say, the ash. Do you have chemistry?
I don't think I've got any chemistry. Can you move, cat? How can I do this
In
if you're here?
fact,
In Minnie's mind, the cat is like, I cannot move.
Harry-
No, I must be on camera.
Harry will
Uh,
recognise this. Actually,
okay.
this is photography ash for a flash.
Oh.
It's a small amount of ash then.
This is from a camera.
Maybe
Well-
it's the cameraman. Oh dear. He's not in charge of the cult, is he?
Perhaps we could visit him and see if he's been taking pictures of whatever's been here.
We don't know where he is, unfortunately. We could
Uh,
ask
you-
around.
He was still in town, was he not? Did we not discern that early on today?
No, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he left. He didn't leave with us, but I don't know if he stayed.
I will tell you, the last you saw him was in the escape of the cave. He took a picture of the creature. As you were leaving the door, this seemed to halt the creature as far as you are aware. This was when you were getting out.
Did it stop to strike a pose? Is that what did it vogue for a second? And that's how it slowed it down.
Yes, that's what happened.
And the last you saw was him getting it. He didn't even speak to you, actually. Like, he did come out the cave with you. He got out of the cavern. He didn't run to the car with you guys. He didn't seem
Nope.
to speak to you at all.
Had his eyes turned completely black, and when he spoke, it was in a dead language, perhaps?
That was just me.
She can do this amazing thing with cards.
That'd be great if he's just never noticed. It's just like, he's 7 foot tall now. He's got tentacles for arms. That's weird. Anyway,
Photographer. Hello, I am a normal photographer.
a normal human photographer.
With my photographer's hat. Hello.
You can
Sorry.
trust me.
I'm a photographer.
I'm the eater of souls. I mean, Jerry. Sorry,
You eat cherry?
No. Anyway, sorry, the Cthulhu music I put on got really intense all of a sudden. It was starting to freak me out.
It was the perfect time for it. I really wish I had the music playing as well, because like without the music, it feels like something's missing without music for this.
Honestly, see, I suggested we just type Call of Cthulhu music into YouTube,
It
put it
won't
on,
play through
and then
the
you sit there the
Twitch.
whole. Oh no, I meant the people watching at home. Just you'll see me doing things like this. It's because I'm freaking out because of the music. Yeah, so perhaps if that's photographer asked, should we maybe ask around and see if there's a photographer? Maybe even ask the cult. They might have like a cult photographer. That seems
I think
weird.
he
Would they
might
show
be
us
in
the
charge
pictures?
of the cult if he is here.
That would be such a weird thing to do. Well, I mean, it's there. We can wait here till later on. Maybe hide
Perhaps-
ourselves and see if they turn up.
Perhaps the photographer developed the photo.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's why you guys are the smart ones.
I wonder what it actually looked like in picture form
I'm
compared
wondering
to.
if it could be.
It's just going to be
Developed
blue
into-
steel the whole way.
I'm wondering if it could be developed into photo form.
Trish, you're covering your mic, mate. I know you're doing the broken nose thing, but I can't hear a word.
Lord,
said-
wait,
Lord
what is?
Fluffleworth.
Cut,
I
cut.
keep wanting to case to say Carstark, but I'm like, nope, that's
That is Game of
completely
Thrones.
different.
But yeah, what I said was I wonder if it could be developed into a photo.
I mean, seems like a good idea to me. Perhaps we found there's clearly something happening here, but if we can go and find, but how do you develop photos? It's not something I'm familiar with.
There's a dark
From
room.
what I gather, you have to do it in a really, really dark room, and sometimes the pictures come out funny if they get light on them. And don't really know much else other than you put them in sort of maybe solution water. I'm not entirely sure. Makes the pictures come out.
As far as I
Looks
know.
great.
This is true. Again, why it's like this is really interesting. Like you're just explaining how to develop pictures to.
Mhm.
But perhaps we
To
should
be
go and
fair,
find one
not
of these
many
times.
people would know how pictures are developed.
No, he
in
had
this
no
one.
idea. This is true. It's like this is true that magical time we live in. If it wasn't for the Cthulhu monsters, then I would wish to spend more time learning these
Would I-
things.
You
Would I not know that then?
I will say you've
I should
never
have said-
heard of Cthulhu.
I should have said Cthulhu.
Sanity
monsters
check,
here.
please, Lee.
Ah.
Sanity check.
Math.
Mhm.
What, for a slip of the tongue? That's unfair. Okay.
Man, even when Leon was out of character, he made him do sanity checks.
Hard success.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
You don't know why you thought Cthulhu. What the fuck's a Cthulhu?
Fuck's sake.
What's that word even?
I mean, like these demons that we are
Since you've been dealing with these mythos things, you've heard its name coming into your dreams every so often, but it's like
Yeah, but you don't have that
weird.
at night, like a giant tentacled monster speaks to you and says it's going to consume the earth. That's normal, yeah? We all dream of that. Just me? Oh.
I have no
I
idea
have
what
very
you're talking
strange
about.
What about the
dreams.
screaming at the back of your mind every day when you wake up?
Thank you
Okay.
for the
That's
follow.
normal. The screaming in the back of your mind when you wake up, yeah, that's completely normal. I get that every other morning.
No, that's fine.
Does Harry get this?
I think that's just Harry's life even before he dealt with the mythos.
Harry's just like kind of scared of everything apart from archaeology.
Even though archaeology has brought him the most danger so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that way, you know?
So,
Scott, is the stone in the middle, is it like, could I do a tarot reading on it?
You
Or
can
is
do
it
that.
not?
I mean,
Yeah.
what is this you're doing? You got some playing cards? Are we going to play some cards before we go?
No, these are
Patience.
special. I'll if you watch, I'll show you what they do.
You'll notice
And
that Wyatt
now-
at no point walks in the circle of stones, by the way. I've heard stories about this kind of thing, but you go right ahead. Pull this one
Harry
out.
just setting up a little grid of like sticks with string as if marking out the area,
Is it
Getting
that
ready for the day.
effective?
going around it, just like, oh, right. Okay.
So, I do not know many how certain tarot cards read, but I will give you some form of definition. I looked for it for the last one because it was like I thought I didn't know you were going to do this.
I know you
So
do this all the time.
I probably, if you're going to be this character for a while, I should probably learn enough about tarot stuff for your character. But
yeah, this is
I
gonna
will
be my
say,
thing.
the reading is telling you finding something in the past could be a solution to your future. There is danger in
Okay.
the present.
So
That's
it's not the
part where I
same
don't know
cards
Scott,
as
or
I
don't even
kept
say the
drawing
cards.
last time.
They're
It's not the
different.
same
It's
cards
not
I
the same
kept
cards
drawing.
as last time.
Okay, that's good.
Hey,
Okay.
Margaret, what cards did you draw specifically?
I will
Well,
say the
I'll joke.
Tower, Eight of Swords, and Death again.
Nice. I see the dairy milk, the comfy couch, and the banana hammock.
well, the death could be the future card because
Yeah,
it could be something
Death
new.
means, yeah,
like-
that's the only one I know, and it means rebirth and that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. It also depends which way you draw the cards as well.
I will say the
I like to
Death
think
is
this-
upside down.
Hmm.
Ah,
I'm not-
okay.
I have no idea if that's good or not. So
Neither do
Death
I. I
seems
was
bad.
just adding
Usually
it
if
to make
it's
you
the
go,
other way around, I
that's weird.
think it's negative. I think it's negative if it's the wrong way around. I'm not sure.
Just
I
make
can't
up our own
remember. I
tarot
haven't done it
cards.
in a
We can sell
while.
them.
I mean, it's given us a hint, so perhaps we should go and do that. It says there's a clue in the past. Should we try and find someone from your past? For example, the photographer that we have mentioned several times.
Yes, I think we should go and find the photographer.
He's head back to town just to get this moving along. So, yeah, yous don't take long to find them. He seems to have all these crazy. The crowd seems to have got even larger. There's about 30 folk here, and they all seem to be like surrounding him as if he's a celebrity.
Oh, wait.
You notice one thing? He looks about 10 years younger. Still him. He looks about 10 years younger.
Is he the leader of the cult?
Well,
You
from
don't
what
know,
we
he
can
is
just seems to be
assume,
Is he
surrounded,
addressing the cult?
and they seem to be like admiring him greatly.
yeah, I would say he's the leader.
Are these
Can I
culty
use
people
my
like culty clubs and
anthropological
whatnot?
skills to see if he's the leader?
Can I use my looking at skills? Like they're all talking to him like he's the boss.
It appears like they are like they're treating him almost like a prophet.
Yeah. Do you remember his
Yeah.
name? Perhaps just approach him and just say who you are.
I'll go. Well, I'll try and get up to him and approach him if I can get through the crowd of people.
Oh no, I meant Lord Kaka. He's probably going to start shooting the poor people to get them out of the way. I think that's how he kills the things, isn't it?
Oh no! I'll go to the cameraman. Wait, what is the cameraman's name again, Scott?
It's Harry Burton.
Harry. Okay. I'll
I
go
will
find
say this
Mr.
as a
Burton.
person historically didn't die, didn't go to this. I'm just using the historical name of the photographer that went with Carter to Egypt.
That's real cool.
I'll go and
That's
try and
that'd
talk
be
to
real.
Mr. Burton and see if I can get anything out of him.
I mean, Google's words that cowboys used that meant good.
Margaret, come here.
Hello, it's
Come
been a
here.
few weeks now.
He kind of like holds your hands, and it's like as in, you've come. You finally realized. You realized what I saw. You saw it too.
The picture you took, Harry, you don't happen to have it on you, do you?
Yes, I always hold
Can
it
I have
on
a
me.
look? Can I
You
see?
want to look?
How would you describe it to us?
Yes, I will look.
Okay. It is the creature, but the picture itself almost feels like, see how it's almost like a hologram to us. Like it's almost like you can see through the picture, as if like it's not flat, and you see the creature. It's almost like you're back in the room with that creature. I'm going to need you to roll a sanity check.
Hey.
Ooh.
That right?
It's a hard success.
The hard success, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Not fine, but yeah.
You're not having to do a willpower check then. Yeah,
Oh,
you
I've forgotten
recognize the
how
creature
often
and you
it
look
looked.
away quite quickly.
Yeah.
You were resistant, and you were really tempted to keep looking at it. And he kind of like puts it back away, and it's like, as in, we're going to dig into the hill again, and we're going to finally be one with it.
Harry, you do realise this is causing a lot of trouble. It's hurting people, right?
This plane does not matter. It does not. It is not real. It is an illusion.
Are you sure, Harry? Is that really how you feel?
I'm just trying to get Harry to like roll some checks here to see if he can.
Out of character, Cathcart's just thinking, this is where we start blasting.
I thought you would understand. You saw it. You saw
I
the
did.
world for what it is.
But look what
It's
it did
not
to me, and I'll
complete.
I'll
Which
take my glove
hand?
off and show him my hand. But Harry,
It
look what
kind
it
of like
did to
holds it,
me.
and it's like, it's so beautiful.
It's not.
Touched it. And he just starts like
It
stroking your
hurts.
hand creepily.
I'll just swat his hand away. But Harry, it hurts, even though it doesn't hurt.
Pain is only the beginning of knowledge.
What knowledge exactly are you searching for, Harry?
Reality as it is. We are fooling ourselves.
Well,
We
we already
cannot
knew that
see.
before we found it. The only reason you can see it is because it's on a picture.
Of course, it's only a glimpse at what I saw.
Well, all of these people that are surrounding us, Harry, you know, you're making them go a bit,
They
you know.
want to see.
How did they react when they saw the picture?
They were amazed. You see the picture, he kind of flashes it back into your face.
I'll just swat it away straight away.
Okay, so you're not even looking at it for a second, just like
No,
straight.
Harry, stop. The picture, it's not good to look at. It hurts. It does
The
things to
rest
your
of us see
mind.
it when he does this.
Yous aren't in the crowd. If you want to push through the crowd to
Okay.
get to him, yous can.
I'm gonna say I've followed a bit of a distance. I'm standing a bit back. I'm watching the rest of the crowd
Yeah,
to see how they're
you kind
responding
of
to.
like see like they're all
I'm
like
getting shook.
hugging you in, like they're like cuddling you and stuff, and it's like we're going. We're
Wait, the
finally leaving this
cuddlers.
place.
The cuddlers.
They're cuddling him.
Oh, okay.
They've kind of like gave you space. They dare not
Harry,
touch the
these
prophet.
people. Why do these people seem, you know, a tad bit obsessed with you?
I just brought them the news. I don't want this. I just want them
Uh,
to. The world must know. It must be brought to light, and everyone must see.
But you know, some things people shouldn't see, even if they really want to.
At this point, it kind of gets a bit more aggressive, and it's like, you saw what it
I did,
was.
and it wasn't good.
You lied.
No, Harry, just think it might have hurt your mind a bit more than expected.
Get her out of my sight. I thought she would
What?
understand. I thought she would help us. And then he
Help
kind of
with
like,
what?
you kind of see the crowd, they're starting to drag you away and push you away from him.
Ugh.
So it's just like being expelled back towards us then.
Yeah, and you are all
I'll
getting
just
shoved
sort of,
back out, and they're like creating a wall around them.
yeah, I'll just leave. I'll not get pushed out. I'll just sort of try and get myself out.
Take your hand and can I help you through? Okay, so
He's lost it. He believes that. Well, he believes that the thing we saw is, well, everything.
they
Kind
say
of
the
it.
plan. Are they going back in there? Are they gonna what are they gonna do?
They were just waiting for it to come back. Because not all of them have seen it. They've seen the picture, obviously, but none of them have seen it in the flesh. So I'm presuming they're just gonna wait for however long they have to.
Do you want to go and investigate the dig site at all, or do you want to stay here? The creature we're looking for, I don't think it's the one from the picture, the one that drained your youth. Oh no, we don't know what
I'm
this creature
sure
is. So do we?
the other creature, I'm sure I squished it with the drill. You know, probably best to check. Yes, probably best, just in case.
It's just in case he's caught. If they're trying to get back down to the larger one, then I'd imagine they would go to the dig site. But I don't know if the dig site's been cordoned off. Lord Cathcart, have you received any information? Has Ambrosia Society done anything here to...
The Ambrosia Society took us here to discover this. This is our job, to find out this information for the society.
No.
So I do feel though that it may be both that are causing the issues, because of the light feels more like it may be something to do with the larger monster.
I wonder what it's called. Must have a name.
Out of character, Big Dave.
I would say if something is what was the word you used? An interdimensional or dimensional traveler of some kind. His name is probably something we could understand.
Emily.
I mean, we can understand the word Emily, but maybe Emily, but you say it, but like you twist the words
Wemily.
upside down. Yeah, there you go. That sounds it. Let's go Wemily. So from now on, we call it
Yemily.
Wemily. Yeah.
Wemily sound. I'm not
Wemalaya.
sure.
Right,
Just-
whoever calls it that is being a sanity check.
What?
So our options are few. Do you want to wait in the woods and see if these crazies go back in there and sacrifice one of their own, or do you want to go to the dig site, or do you have a better plan?
Well, I'm
the
sure
only
there'll be enough time to go to the dig site and then come back and see what they're doing
Well, we
before
have your
dark.
Yeah,
pass, so-
perhaps they want
Gosh.
to unearth the thing that we found.
Sorry, Rachel, what was that?
Well, no. I was just saying, would we have time to go to the dig site, check on it, and then go back to where the
You would, but it would be
cult
night time.
people? Isn't that when we want to be there though?
If you want it to be, I'm just letting you know it'll be night time.
I'm asking everyone else.
The lads have been reported here at night from about, what he said, 10 o'clock. So I'm assuming whatever's happening is happening within these woods. If they're going to go to the dig site, I assume they're going to dig up the ground, but we could go there anytime. If we're going to look for this creature, my assumption, and I could be
Okay.
wrong, is that it is happening here. That's why I asked, do you want to go in there, find a safe location, and see what's happening, and perhaps deal with it? If you want, and I'm going to lean in quick, I could also plant some explosives underneath the stone. What was it? The stone, the raised stone area that they made, and we could run this and we could blow it up if you have to. I assume that the murder of innocents is Lord Cathcart's a plan anyway, so.
It's his type of thing, yeah.
No,
I'm not
I am-
really-
Perhaps we could
I
blow up
am-
the creature.
I
With the creature,
simply
I'm assuming the creatures will land on the stone dice. I merely insult the Lord because he was really mean to that
I
working man.
simply lost my temper once. I do not wish for the death of innocents or insane
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Lord.
people.
Okay, Lord Flurker Durker.
My name is Charles.
Yeah.
Call me
Or
Charlie.
So yeah, I still that without the obviously the insult to the Lord. Yeah,
Or
so but we could set this up, and if the creature lands on that, then it'll probably piss off these people. But if we're far enough away, they won't even know it was us, or we could just run.
We could do
That
that.
sounds
I
like a
mean,
good
these
plan.
people do seem to, not have the sense they were born with anymore.
Yeah, they're batshit crazy. He wants to
Yeah.
go and live in another dimension with a monster. That's stupid. But if we blow it up, maybe they'll fix his brain. And if he doesn't, we'll be far away and can run. So
I
The
was like,
problem
well,
is
they
they could
normally,
make
normally I
another
wouldn't be
serp-
for destruction of any site, but Hef's the pick. I can help with the holes.
Also, I really think we should destroy the picture. Because
I'm
I
not
think that's
fighting
what
through
made
30 people.
everyone,
Okay,
One
so
step at a time.
I was gonna say, what are you currently going to do?
Woods.
Woods, dynamite,
Woods.
runny thing, plunger, boom when it turns up. That's my plan.
So
I'm
you
going
want
to
it to
wood
be
as well.
like the dynamite, is it set to go off at a specific time, or is it
No,
a pressure
I was
thing?
just going to run it like a demolition charge. So I'm going to go in, fire underneath there, kind of like kick dirt over the cable, maybe go like, I don't know, behind a tree 200 yards away or something, and we're like, "Burp, burp, burp."
Okay. Because it's getting late, I will say you are back in the woods and you have set this up and you are currently smiling, holding your little handle.
I'm wiping sweat off my brow from digging the hole.
That was a really impressive display of demolition charges that we done there.
Yeah, it was like record time. It was like the peak example of setting up a dynamite.
We had a whole
You
montage.
should,
Yeah.
you should charge for lessons.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Right, so should we spread out a bit, and that way we can split off in different directions if they come from different ways, or how do you want to do this?
Yes.
It's going more and more
Should
Ralph
we
as the night goes
all
on.
take? Well, right. There's 4 of us. We'll all take like northeast, southwest kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, I assume they're going to come from that direction, because we'll have came in from a specific way, so perhaps just two
Yeah, if they're coming
directions.
from the
I'd
town,
rather-
then they'll probably come the same way. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do that.
Okay, well, I'll be here with the demolition charge. If you want to, I can take one person with me, and if the other 2 want to stand somewhere else.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
So,
Harry, do you want a weapon?
I'll just show 'em my little my sword. Oh wait, did you just say Harry?
I did say Harry. Oh, that's a very impressive sword, though.
He's just like, oh, how kind.
Yeah, so I'll take out my 38, just hand up. Just keep your finger off the trigger and try not to shoot any of us.
Of course.
Okay.
So yous are waiting, and eventually it gets to about 11:30 at night.
No lights or anything, nothing in the woods, kind of.
No lights are in the woods yet. You see the congregation starting to come towards the stone, and they all seem to be like doing this rhythmic chanting that doesn't, well, almost like anti-rhythmic chanting. It's almost like a chanting that doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem to like. It's music, but it's not music.
It's the Ketchup song by Last Ketchup, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's backwards, like say we go and like
Proof is in the heart.
yeah, theirs seems to do the opposite. And they're all heading towards that stone, and you start seeing like them all circling, and the photographer right in the center. He's not on the stone. He's standing a wee bit further away from it, next to where the ash was that you seen. He seems to be setting up the camera. And you can see one of the ladies from the cult kind of like step up onto the stone, and she's just like, I'm finally getting to see. You do spot one thing. You see a rather burly cult member with a knife at the throat of Lady Buchanan.
Oh dear.
Oh wait.
I will point out she also is an engineer who knows how to work the drill.
Right.
Yeah.
So...
we need to save her.
And you see, I'm going there. Once you see, you'll understand why we need to get into this hill and help us. We don't want violence. And then
oh God, his violence.
He swears our tits off.
This cult is the antithesis of Kafka.
and eventually sets up the camera, and the lady that's standing there, she's just got her eyes wide open, and she's just like staring, and he sets up the camera, clicks the button, and then you see a giant flash, And could everybody make a sanity check, please?
God damn it. I was going to say, should I duck my head behind him? I thought that's a
Oh,
bit like...
balls.
That's a
That
bit,
was bad.
oh my
That was
goodness.
real
Success.
bad.
Success.
I think I'm the only one that
Hard
failed.
success.
So, whoever failed, roll me a d10.
Oops, sorry, that was a D8.
What was it you got?
3.
Yeah, you've seen this creature a few times now, so it doesn't do too much damage to you. But that's the creature from underneath the hill. It flashes before your eyes as you see the tendrils snap out of the camera and go into the eyes of the woman standing in the stone as she's just standing there like in
Shit.
absolute bliss as her eyes are burning out and she seems to be like aging rapidly. And then she just falls off the stone and collapses on the ground. Sorry.
Points to everyone.
Just, yeah, I'm giving him
Okay.
the thumbs up.
Boom.
Because
Stone.
it looks like that camera needs to be blown up.
That's...
How
That's what I'm
large
going
of an
for.
explosion is this? Was this just a stone or is this like the entire cult?
I would have used... I have dealt with things before, and the way you have explained this, I would have been trying to blow up the pillar in the middle. So basically, see whatever the dust from the camera was.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone told me to blow that up, I wouldn't have blown that up because I'm not smart enough to be like, that's where the thing is. I thought it was going to land on the stone, the raised bit, so I put all the explosives underneath there. So this would be more like a... And then just, I'm assuming debris will hit everyone.
To be fair, see if they're using like proper TNT, even one stick of dynamite would have taken the entire cult out.
I would have
He has
used the appropriate
specifically
amount.
said that he set it up just to hit the
Okay.
stone. But I will ask, can I get a luck roll from Lee?
No. Yeah, 2 seconds. Failure.
Oops.
What's a bad roll tonight?
Roll me a dodge.
Shit.
Well, I'm not very good at this. Minor fail, 44 for 40.
Cool.
Oh!
Roll me a d4.
I did say it was 200 feet away, though.
It's an explosion.
3.
A random bit of rubble just flies and hits you in the face. The luck
Ow.
roll was if you were successful, it was going to hit the camera. So everybody's panicked and they kind of start looking around, and you see them all looking at you. They can see you all, and some of them starts like pulling out guns and stuff like that.
Can I try and shoot the camera?
That's exactly what I was going to say as well.
Right, go for it. We will give this to Ari first.
Let's see if this works.
I'm just going to
Extreme
throw it
nice.
fire.
Nice.
Yes.
Just as this stone hits him, you're just like, I don't worry. In fact, how do you do this? You shoot the camera.
Just like really carefully taking in, trying not just to ignore that everything is going on around it.
Like everybody's just
actually
moving in
looking
slow motion.
Looking quite like good doing it as well, which is not normal for him. But
Spins it 3
it's an
times.
extreme
Yeah.
success. Like, he's looking quite dashing, actually.
You actually look quite cool.
His penis gets bigger while he's doing it.
Finally,
some of
his
the
balls
lady
drop.
cults is like, maybe in his side. No,
It goes full revolver ocelot.
The shirt just bursts open and he's ripped. Like, oh.
It's just sort of flapping about in the wind a little bit.
Winks at Margaret whilst taking the shot.
I
Margaret
don't
just
think it got
blushes.
quite that far.
Not that
I think that was
cool.
just
It's only an extreme success, you know.
Aye. So yeah, bullet comes flying, hits the camera blows up, and it also hits the photographer as well in the chest, and he falls back, and he's like screaming on the ground in pain. Unfortunately, see light coming at the camera. Seems to be expanding, and it just starts like grabbing all the cult members. It just seems to be burning through them, aging them rapidly, and every one that it grabs, it seems to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. They're all screaming. They're trying to run away. Some are running towards it. It's like,
Can can I do the psychic attack?
About goddamn time.
Go for
okay,
it.
do you want to do the psychic attack, or do you want to do your spell?
Ooh.
Spell. Sure, you've got banish.
No, I don't have banish.
You
Oh, we
naturally do have banish, by the way, in Pulp Cthulhu.
Yeah, anyone with
I,
Cthulhu mythos.
I will use banish.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll me a Cthulhu mythos. And
yeah, baby.
this is
Cthulhu.
it is banking
mythos.
on this. This could go really badly for you or really well for you.
Where's
See what she's doing just to be kind of
Cthulhu
badass. Like Wyatt's just gonna like just into the thing, just panicking with his
Yeah.
magic gun.
Yeah, it
I
is
have
seeming to take
zero.
shots.
I have 0 in
You
Cthulhu
should
mythos.
not have 0 in it because I gave you some Cthulhu mythos.
I've
It
because
says I've
it's-
got none.
Rachel, you have 99 in Cthulhu mythos.
I will give you a clean. Let's make it 50. You've got a 50-50
such a
chance.
kind
now.
DM.
Just for this, I knew you had it. Like, 'cause when we went through character creation, I had said you had Cthulhu mythos at the
It's the
start.
same with my psychic abilities. It
Mhm.
just
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
What was it? Is it an extreme success?
hard.
hard
No, just a
success.
hard success.
It doesn't matter. Hard success is enough. Suddenly something clicks in your brain, and you hear your mother's voice chanting in your ear, and you start speaking it. As you just start like walking towards this light, and you raise your hand up to it, then your other hand, and you kind of like it's almost like you're squeezing it into a little ball. Like you're not
Yeah.
touching it, but it's like it's shrinking as you're like doing this with your hand. Is like it's trying to reach out at you, like catches a little bit of your face, but it's not hurting you now. It's just not able to harm you whatsoever. As it just like keeps writhing, trying to escape what you're doing. You just shrink it and shrink it, shrink it until it's in a little glass ball. And it just falls on the ground. You can look at it now. It just seems to be like a little marble, different lights.
Can I keep it?
And if you want.
I suggest
Is
we
it-
go- yes, that we put this somewhat safe.
Okay.
I would assume.
Who knew I could do that? Never done it before.
Rachel wanting to play Pokemon.
Hey, shoot it, hell beast!
Pokemon's
Oh my
great.
God, no!
He just like puts the gun down. It's just like
I had pulled the shotty at this time, and I would just be kind of like waving it at the cultists and not really shooting at them, but like the ground and that.
Oh,
just
they're
kinda
all
scaring
dead.
them off.
They're
Oh,
all
they're
like
dead.
ripped to shreds and like aged
Yeah,
and
it
burnt
consumed
and
them, didn't
dying.
it?
I thought I got some of them. Okay, that's fucked up. Okay, cool.
Guess we'll
And,
have to dig a huge grave here.
Oh no, I suggest that we just leave. I
Or
mean,
burn them. Maybe we should burn them.
I'm not doing anything with these
Just
bodies.
leave.
I think we
Rugby-
should just.
The rugby player's jogging through his morning woods. And it's like
no.
Who would look? Just sees us standing there.
Like, he starts jogging and then he starts seeing what's going on and like jog the other way.
Like this should be the
Charlie
through
just
line.
chases after him with his gun. Not this time.
he's sobered up.
Cathcart. Lord Cathcart doesn't recognise him, just sees a poor person in the woods and think, I'm hunting him for sport.
he doesn't
Isn't his
recognise him.
hunting gear,
He
so-
recognises him.
I think we should perhaps make haste and get out of here before too many questions are asked.
I think we should do something with the body, surely.
I think we should contact the Ambrosia to deal with the bodies.
I
That's a
think
good
so.
point.
I mean,
I agree.
things have been happening here. People know weird things have been happening in the woods, and if we're just not here, maybe we just go around town and be like, "Oh yeah, you hear about the
Maybe
weird
we
thing that
should give
happened?"
the Ambrosia this little thing. I'll show him the huge. You know what I'm showing you.
The thing, the thing.
Pokeball, yeah.
Yeah.
Pokeball
That is
will
Yeah.
weirdly what it looks like, but imagine it glowing in different colours and different lights. Colours that you've never
Like
seen
this
before.
one.
Colours like
Yay!
red and white specifically, red on the top and white at the bottom, and it's got a little button.
We've got options here.
Yes, we should probably give this to them. They'll know what to do.
I imagine possibly have a vault full of these things. When you look
yeah.
into it, can you see like a tiny little version of this thing, like just there, or is it like doing anything, or is it just?
It is writhing inside it, but you have seen so much of it, and it's whatever she's done has inerted a lot of the damage it can do. So you can look at it, but it is like still very beautiful, and when you are looking at it, you don't want to look away. But it's
Yeah.
not like it's messing with your mind, kinda.
I would imagine.
Do you have any dynamite left, Mr. Holiday?
For what purpose?
In order to go to the mound and make sure that it is in fact closed up completely.
Problem is, though, is if we try and blow it up, we might actually let something escape.
Yeah.
Demolition charges can be set in such a way as to topple things down. However, that is not something I'm equipped to do right now. That would require a man and team. My suggestion is we leave here because the explosion and all that has happened is going to alert somebody to come and investigate real soon. Even if we
Let's
circle
go.
back and then come back, then we can be like, oh yes, the weird things happen. So maybe less chat, more run, and then we can
I
deal with
agree.
the pit at a more specific time, a more sensible time. So,
Yeah, I'm going as
We
well.
Looney Tunes run away.
have we alerted any authorities, or most of
So-
the village today?
We will go into conclusion mode now. Once you go and contact Ambrosia, officers do appear to the town in that, but yous don't get interviewed. They seem to. A newspaper report says a crazy cult kills itself in the woods, and it's basically like you know it's a cover up. They've cleaned it up for you. It seems like there has been donations to the families. It basically says it essentially says the town has helped those as there was, and it should have been clear that this was a dangerous cult that should have been dealt with sooner. And like it talks about like how Carter's friend had been shot trying to save them. Doesn't even say his name; it just says Carter's friend.
Wasn't he
Oh,
like the
boy.
one guy that survived the entire thing in real life?
Yeah, but this isn't real life. It was just oh.
Well, he only got shot though.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was right
That
in
is a
front of
good
the things
point.
that popped out the camera, though.
He did get shot and he fell
That's
down.
true.
You didn't see him die.
No.
That's true. The avatar of the
be
beast could have
continued.
escaped to try and bring him back.
Oh,
Season
maybe he popped into a
2.
different dimension because it's
Dimensional
anything could
travel.
Maybe I'll use my magic and bring him back.
Unbanish.
No, I don't
Um,
use that.
And what do you do with this marble of?
Yeah,
I
I can
wanted
fit the
to
whole thing
give
in my
it
mouth.
to-
Look.
I wanted
that.
to give it to the organization.
I want to
Um,
drop it in the middle of the ocean. In a
it's,
lot in a lead
Not
box.
near an
If
ocean,
she's-
though, are we?
If she gives it to the organization, you see the lady kind of like look at it and it's like, you've done very good work. This is very uncommon skill you seem to have had. You should develop this further. It could be more use to us.
I think I will.
All did very good work. Kind of like looks at Wyatt, and it's like, as in, you kept them safe.
He did very good. He even stopped Lord Whatchamacallit over here from
You're deliberately forgetting
From
Tussie's character's
Murder
name there. Or
Um,
I can't forget
from
it because
you
it's
know,
like a station
going
near me.
crazy and killing people that didn't need to be killed. Although he did end up dead at the end.
now I think about it, wait a minute, he did die by Lord Cathcart's hand a few hours later, but you know.
Cathcart always gets his man.
Harry, I'd like your advice on some things. You'd read this, get back to me, and hand you a diary. And I will say this because I know Mary will know this. It's basically the Mountains of Madness book.
Okay. So
K-
start thumbing through it, and then start realizing what it is, and go, oh,
As we want to know what's there, and see if it's a threat. We wouldn't be prepared for such an expedition yet, but should we be, I'll be in contact.
Do you know of
absolutely.
any? Do you know of any spell books that I could possibly borrow?
I believe your friend Dr. Logan had a few that seemed to be owned by his brother. We don't tend to hand out these books willy-nilly. It's not one of our
That's
tasks.
understandable.
We don't like these spells are risky. You shouldn't be casting them often.
I've only done it the one time. Don't worry.
Yes,
I made sure
but
to listen to my DM.
sometimes
GM.
yes, sometimes casting these spells can backfire drastically. We need to know that you're responsible before we give you further information.
That's fair enough.
And should you encounter any more creatures, please let us know. I should inform you that once you've dealt with the mythos, you see it everywhere. It's drawn to you. It's almost like it leaves its smell on you or something. Your lives will be changed forever.
Nothing new there.
Wyatt will know this. He has dealt with it for a long time now.
Yeah,
And
once
melty
you
bit and
mapped in,
everything.
it seems to know pretty much where you are most of the time, so don't go open the door in the middle of the night.
Yes,
Gotcha.
it's
Try not to sleep at all, actually, and
the
no.
best we could say is you have gained the notice of other things, and when they would just ignore you, they may not now.
Okay.
So always be on the lookout.
It's a bit of a beacon. I have work over in South America, but Harry, where was that book taking you?
I sort of look at the person to see if it's okay to say anything.
Yes, it's you all will be on the expedition if need be.
Oh, it's Antarctica.
I've never been there before.
I'd be
Very
most
few people
surprised
have.
if you had. Well, I can accompany you in the months to come when I return, but if you need me, then I'll accompany you.
That would be very good.
Now,
I'll also accompany you. I'm pretty sure I could make some type of vehicle to help us get around.
Maybe just a warm jacket would probably be appreciated.
I would guess that too.
anyway, you all did good work. I suggest you rest and recuperate. I don't
Easy for
know.
you to say.
Trust me.
Sanity check.
Harry like packs the book away in his little
Uh,
document bag.
Trust me. If you knew what I knew, I don't think your minds could handle it. looking
Oh.
directly at Wyatt, saying it.
Yeah, this goes downhill from here. On the plus side, the pay's good. On the downside, and again, I
Oh.
show you the hideous scar all over the upper part of my body. Like,
Okay.
yes.
She'll kind of like look around and be like, "You'll never need to worry about money again."
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, I never did have to worry about money.
Yes,
I
but
may have to ask the university for some time off.
yes. Well, right now, for the next couple of years at least, whilst we organise your expedition, I recommend just getting back to life. Go back to university, see your friends. You need to. It is important to keep your grasp on reality.
Seriously, don't open the door after 8 o'clock at night if you're not expecting visitors. If it's misty, don't go outside, and don't go on long sea voyages on dark tunnels.
He
On the
says
ground.
as
How's,
a
like-
future trip is to Antarctica.
How to
Unless you are
archaeology
properly
without
prepared.
doing...
I'll give you the list that they gave me. It's a whole lot of just don't do any of these things.
Don't
or
dig
you...
in the ground. Don't look at old things.
Here's someone else
Don't give
to
a
look
lot
at.
of
Harry
money
made
to
note
charity.
of the
Don't go
life
swimming in
threatening.
Innsmouth.
Don't breathe.
Yeah, you can breathe, just not too much.
Don't
be
talk to
alive.
cats.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Never talk to cats.
They take you straight to the moon.
So how many kittens did the men have since we're in the conclusion?
10.
10 kittens.
10! That's like twice the size of a normal letter.
Is it? Alright,
Holy
5.
For a first letter, yes.
She has the
First
completely
letters-
normal amount of kittens to have.
First letters tend to be smaller. but-
800.
They're all
And
just
some of them
kittens
have
with
tentacles.
tentacle legs. Yeah.
It just becomes like, the Queen Alien. She becomes like that, just popping them out. Kittens, kittens,
Yeah.
kittens, 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 kittens.
They have beaks for mouths.
Okay.
Poor girl.
So, how did everybody enjoy this one?
Hey,
That was
I got a
great.
cowboy.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
gotta
good.
be a cowboy.
I used
Yeah.
my magic and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let's point out, in future you'll notice whatever game I played last that appears to be the character I want to play, because I was playing Red Dead Redemption all week, and that's why I wanted to be a cowboy.
Thor enjoyed the game.
I did notice that.
I was anti-violence, guys.
I know, I'm so impressed. Normally you're like, let's kill everyone, but they're innocent. Fuck you.
No, I took on the Rachel persona
I know.
for this game.
It's like, it takes such a swing. I thought you'd be like, here's some money, and he punched you, and I thought you'd be like, oh, don't hit an old man. You're like, fuck you, I will kill you. I'm like, oh, shit.
He's just like, and this old man is packing. Can you call an ambulance?
Beating
But
over the
not
head
for
with the
me.
class stuff as well. It's like, I am your better. How dare you, working class scum, touch me.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh shit.
Everybody
only-
was wondering if they wanted to keep Cathcart around.
He did that because he got attacked. He didn't. He
I
isn't
know.
normally like.
It's like, let's remember that this guy did punch him.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
old man. He's not used to this kind of thing, and
I-
he was probably scared that this big rugby boy just punched him in the face.
Exactly. And the gun, it's like,
good
I'm
gun.
sorry. See if somebody twice my size knocked me on my arse, and I had a gun. I'm pulling that gun on him.
It's like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a playing field.
I mean, I wouldn't
I'm
I'm
intend to
just
kill
so
this
pleased
person,
that
but I would have
Harry
it in
finally got a
defense.
wee moment of just being like,
A
the
badass.
guy.
I know that,
That was-
shot was amazing.
That was mint.
Mhm.
That was mint.
It was just because she's wanted to destroy that camera, and I'm like, oh, they're going to destroy the camera. Oh,
It's cool, 'cause
You
that
got the
immediately led to
perfect
the
shot.
Spanish thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
so what was
Yes.
that?
No, I'm waiting for Lee to finish his
So you
sentence.
said your thing. You said you got the perfect shot, and I was like, yeah, because then let Rachel do her thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was saying you got the
Yeah.
perfect shot on the camera, and then I managed to get the perfect role to do the.
Yeah, you did the like
Vanish. It was
squishing
like-
it
this
into.
it was
punchy
perfect.
character, and the nerd pulls out his gun, blasts the camera. We're like, "Alright, then. I'll just
To be
sit
fair,
down then, will I?"
everyone did have their badass moment, and if it wasn't for your character, that rugby guy would be dead.
Oh yeah.
I also
Also,
used
Harry wouldn't have a gun.
explosives and blew up the person. That's true.
Mhm.
You didn't have a gun
It's
until
true.
maybe that's it.
Yep.
I served a purpose. Also, I made it canon that Leon now shits his pants when he plays the game. So
That's true.
not Leon, sorry, Dr. Logan.
Dr.
Uh,
No,
Logan,
Leon.
Yeah.
Leon specifically.
Oh, see, when I was saying the intro, I was going to have, like, as in the Leon as Dr. Logan, and then I was going to have XX, and it's like Lee as Leon playing Logan, but not this Logan, but also not Logan. He's actually
Oh
playing Wyatt.
You know what I should have done? I should have I should have right-clicked his name, changed it to Leon.
It worked out, yeah, it would have been in there.
Anyway,
Oh, dear.
this is now the end of the stream. Is there anything anyone wants to promote? We will start with Lee.
Mutant is back next Monday. After a month
Yeah.
on hiatus,
Yay.
I will need to actually watch some Mutant and remember what the hell we're doing. I do remember most of it though.
Same.
But I
Yep.
think we're okay. This is the end of our Halloween month. I think we've done really well.
Yeah.
I was well impressed. We've done 4 separate one-shot campaigns.
Aye.
That's not
Yeah.
bad. Also watch us on YouTube, but also on Instagram. It's on under Sanity Check Gaming. If you just Google that, you'll find us. Apart from that, that's everything I've got.
And Rachel.
Yeah, we've got Mutant. We've got D&D next week. I'm not sure about this week. Probably not much. Because nearly everyone has a job.
I'm also just really tired. Like, it's been
Yeah,
so
I
hard.
bet.
And Lufgar.
Oh, well, Thor would like to promote being a cat,
Yep.
as you can see.
Very cute.
Little
cat.
kitty.
With his wee half mustache.
This is
Oh,
why
cute.
everyone loves Amon, because it's just like, it's basically cat minds.
Yeah.
She knew, she's like, yeah, Thor does that.
Anyone as a cat's like that is exactly how cats act, yeah.
What do you think, Thor? Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Thor
well,
is
yeah, you
unimpressed
can
by
promote our
Aw.
podcast schedule that's coming up. Do that.
Oh well, I don't have a schedule for the podcast. We've got a planned podcast after the disastrous start.
I won't be allowed to drink as much on the podcasts unless I'm
And
doing much
there will be
guessing. I want-
topics, and there'll be
Oh.
different sections,
And
and
there'll
it'll
be
be a
bits
proper
where
podcast.
people could talk and bits where other people
Yes.
could talk.
Well, we're going to limit it to 4 people, aren't we?
And bits that certain people
Yes,
can't talk. No, I'm
also,
just kidding.
the other thing is it's not actually going to be live, so there's going to be room to edit it.
Mhm.
So I'm going to edit it, and it'll be pretty.
In case anyone, screws up and says something they shouldn't
Yes.
have said.
Are we going to do a proper podcast? Like we'll do the video podcast, but we'll actually release it as a podcast as well.
I was going to do an
we'll
audio
say this in
podcast,
mutant.
but
We'll like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Now.
We'll
I'm
just
just
once we've
interested.
talked the details out, we'll announce that in mutant.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else like your artwork and your?
oh yeah, I draw
know your
stuff.
actual
Hire me
business,
if you
Millie?
want something drawn.
Mhm. Okay.
That stuff, yeah.
And now to the top to Chris.
Okay, so there are a few things. In future, it's not a scheduled date, but there will be more serious conversations taking place on my channel, which will involve probably a few people from Sanity Check Gaming, as well as other people that can rope into it, basically. And also a future game of Vampire, along with everyone except Lee.
Because screw Lee.
Not really, he had too much things to do.
I cannot be in another game because
I think it's because Lee
so
hates
hard.
you, Chris.
It's
Yeah,
simply because I hate Chris and his games are all terrible. But apart from that, it's because I hate Chris.
Now, to be fair, my games are good, usually for the one episode that they
Yeah.
have.
It's like everybody gets
last.
excited, like that was a really good session. I can't wait for the next one. 3 years later.
Throw this out there, especially as games have always been fun, and I would love to be in Vampire, but again, as me and Scott discussed many times, you are limited in what you can give of yourself, and
Yeah.
if I do another date, it means I lose money because I can't do overtime.
It's also why I say don't commit to campaign.
Commit to this is 4 episodes.
4, right? Okay.
So that means
Yes.
there's not that pressure on you at all, and it's the same
Yeah.
with me. It's like as in right now I don't have a campaign running, and that's because I don't know what will happen with me with things in general. It's like I know you like Demon Dog, but right now it's very episodic.
Yeah.
If I find I have more time and we're really enjoying it, I might move into a campaign. But
Yeah, we haven't played that in a little bit.
we
That
will
was so
continue
fun.
that because you did seem to enjoy it, and I will. I'll say this is my promotion of. I really enjoyed this game, and I will say all my players. I know Leon's not here right now. If he was, I would also include him. Have all done absolutely fantastic. They have carried both of those games. And I really enjoyed running this. I was really worried in case everybody would hate it, and like my brain just works like that. I was just like as in picturing everybody hating it and a bunch of hate in the chat, going that
Oh,
this is
bless
rubbish. What this is so boring. I
My
know it's
brain
not
does the
what's
same
going to
thing.
happen, but it's like my brain is like that is what will happen.
I absolutely
This
love
is
Pulp.
Scott talks about his insecurities the podcast, so we all think that all the
Well,
time. You're always
that
terrified.
can actually be a topic.
Oh,
That is a good
I
point.
was just so excited to play like a witchy character for the first time, and it was actually everything I expected. It was so much fun.
I,
Because I didn't have
I
to use
will have
spells
to.
all
I
of the
will
time.
have
I've
to.
had my tarot and stuff.
I'll need to know what these tarot cards actually mean for each one, so then I can give you readings for the games that make sense. Like, because
I
like
have a
I think the way
book,
you done
but
it in there
I
was
mean,
great. Just like this is what the cards you draw mean, as opposed to getting bogged down
not
and
what
you have to learn
specific cards I
tarots.
drew. Yeah.
Because that sounds like a real hassle, but that's up to you, man. Sure,
Yeah,
it's
my problem with tarot cards is remembering what each one means as well.
well,
Don't
that's what
worry.
I mean, and it's like I just need to have a vague idea, so as I can kind of like go and like as an oh, this is a threat, this is like sadness, like you get what I mean, and like I just need to know what
Yeah.
roughly each one means. Obviously don't need to be able to do the readings because I am just creating the readings based on the story, so that it fits it.
Yeah.
So
Well, in your universe, they can mean those things. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like real world stuff.
Actually,
It is
yeah,
a
it can
good
literally
point.
mean what you want.
It is a good point, but I do like to throw like I don't need to get everything accurate, but I do like little
like a
historical
basis
facts
in reality
into
kind of
aye.
thing.
Like the entire reason I used Carter was just so then I got to name drop him, and then people are like, oh, if I do a pub quiz, I'll remember what he's famous for.
What I've actually enjoyed about this way of doing things is that once I finish the mutant campaign, I actually quite enjoy us doing these short arcs. I think it's probably better as well. Just like here's like 4 episodes or something, and it's done.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
10, and it's done.
Yeah.
Whereas
So we got
here's
like
We've
7
never,
to 8
we never do
episodes.
that though,
We've
have
got, like,
we?
a
This is the
season.
first time that we've
Yeah.
actually consistently managed to do
I
it.
think it's been a good learning experience for us all, though, because like we've all been like, this maybe works better. But again,
It was
that's
playing
maybe an off-screen chat.
it was playing in these that literally got my love back for TTRPGs.
Mm.
Well, that's a win in my
Great playing
opinion.
with you,
Like,
Chris, because I haven't seen you in forever.
I mean, for me, that's a major loss. I mean, it was so much better when he wasn't here, but
hey, it's your
How
fault. I'm pretty
cruel,
sure. I'm
how
pretty sure
cruel.
Alien was the first one who came back for the.
it was, yes. I did
So-
convince him to come back for it. And
It's
he was
your
very,
fault.
very good in Alien
Mhm.
as well. I know, yeah.
did it.
I know!
You must
this
come back.
Amazing DMing brought him back. Yeah, that one that gave me a breakdown with Alien.
So, we're excluding the DMs. What has everybody's favourite system been so far? Just before we go.
Out
That's a
of
good
the
question.
Halloween
Yeah,
special.
we're
We've
not
done-
including DMs. Just the best systems for playing.
Okay, well, I love this one because it actually makes sense for me. Obviously, I've now got used to mutant, so it's easier for me to understand that as well. D&D is obviously easy because I've played it for a long time and I know all the rules because of a certain program that I watch.
Well,
There's
the
no other
volume, yeah.
program than us.
Vampire I'm still getting used to because I haven't played it as much as any of the others, but it is good. The One Ring I did like that battle system setup, that was good. But I've only ever played it once, so and Terminator and Alien was Terminator was kind of like Slay, which is sort of like not my favorite
Hate that.
setup and
Horses
battle
for it,
and
yep.
stuff.
You're right, it's
It's
bullshit.
like
I wouldn't say it's bullshit.
I think
It's
it can
just
depend on the person. Like
yeah.
I
No,
like
no,
the system,
bullshit,
but
bullshit system.
like
I
I
like
said,
the initiative system.
Fucking
Oh,
hate
and
it.
I like anything that's more narrative based.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it comes to like doing 50 rolls for something, I'm like I don't care. Just kill me. Just kill me now.
that's what I will say. Like I could have asked for more roles with us, but it was that I know you like your narrative system, so I have
Yeah.
been going the yeah. I'm not going to make you roll all the time. Like
Yeah, when you have
think
to
it-
roll something for something and then you have to roll another thing to do that
Like-
same thing to do it, and then it gets like, okay, I've rolled 50 dice, can I do it now?
exactly.
What was
like,
I doing again? I can't even remember.
Because Harry's
What
an
do I wanna do?
archaeologist. If we're doing archaeological digs, I don't want it to be going like the, oh, cool, so you're checking this area, can you get an archaeology roll? And then we move to the next area, can I get another archaeology roll? And then the next area,
Yeah.
another archaeology roll. You get what I mean? And I'm
You
just
know,
like, you're an
Scott is a
archaeologist.
games designer, by the way, so Scott knows what he's talking about. Like Scott did like go to uni and do this shit, so
I bet it's like different things, like as in it depends on the game. Like randomness works, but you don't want too much randomness.
Yeah.
But it depends because there are like I says, there are like wargaming is a big thing. There are people that like rules and lots of like people
Aye.
want books this thick with rules, where every
Definitely,
single
yeah.
positioning matters and yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
it's
like
just not for me.
it just
No, same.
depends what someone wants.
I'm behind you. It's I think rules should definitely exist, but it depends how they're implemented. Like Mary said, if you try to Skype an event and it requires 17 different rules, then why are we even bothering? Right, 'cause
So-
you're going to fail eventually.
So I'm guessing
Definitely.
with Fluffgar, your favourite system was the alien one because I feel like that is the one that requires the least rolls. And it is the most
But
narrative themed.
See, I don't know if that was the system or if it was the GM.
It was a
No, the
combination.
system is
The system
Lucas.
specifically says
Aye.
do not make people roll for things that they should be able to do.
Right, okay.
Also, the alien book seems to set it up like it's almost like you're doing a film. Is the mindset.
Right,
It-
yes.
So
Two types of piece: cinematic and campaign.
aye.
Campaign is a lot of bullshit. Cinematic's more fun, where you can be like, I do a crazy thing. I'm like, I like the sound of crazy thing. You do a crazy thing. Whereas if you go, I try to do a crazy thing. I don't like the sound of that. I'm making you roll. You fail. Haha. So
Yeah.
yeah, the D6 system is good, especially if you're rolling lots and lots of dice, because you'll probably pass.
It was just because we had played a few different systems in the last couple of weeks, and I was just like, wonder what everybody liked and what they liked about what ones. So, like I say,
Character creation wise, Demon Dogs was actually the easiest as well, wasn't it?
I have to admit, like Demon Dog as a DM was so easy to run. I really enjoyed
that
it.
was the nice thing. It was just like something you
Demon
could just sort of pick up and do.
It
Now
was just
gotta
like
be evil.
roll. That's your character done, and that's if you want to roll
Yeah.
it. Like obviously, I'm looking into more of the other stuff, so you'll have a bit more of this is what you were in life, and you'll have some stuff based on that. There's magic and stuff like that in certain books.
Oh.
So I'm going to be going through a few other stuff for it, so as you can get like. There's like, I did enjoy the Demon Dog, but I feel like everybody's character will become the same thing after some time.
Yeah.
So I
You mean
want.
Murder Hobo?
I'm just meaning like, as in, say, like, cause when you level up, you get pluses in your scores, or like your strength and stuff. So it's long details.
I
It
feel,
doesn't need to
I
be
feel
in a
like
stream.
they're more up to the players to keep the way they do the things separate than the
Oh no,
actual
but I'm
thing
meaning
itself.
like, as in, if somebody's like, no, I really want to lean into magic, you can spend your money getting magic scrolls and stuff like that. Or you're like, no, I want to be a melee, because it's the items in this that makes the difference. You've got your stats. We'll worry about that another time. That's like this is an end of stream kind of talk. I kind of got into it with that question.
Well, it's nice to round up the whole like Halloween thing though.
No, it makes
Like,
sense.
We
Yeah.
will jump to Lee. What has been your favourite one to run so far?
Well, I love the world of Terminator, and I do make fun of the slay system quite a lot, but I think it's overly specialised. But you could argue the same thing of Call of Cthulhu, but I love Call of Cthulhu. So I don't know what about the slay system annoy. I think I do actually know what it is. It's because it's geared towards everything getting worse constantly and more difficult, which I like it when it's fun, but I don't know. I think Slay's got a great lore, and just I don't like the way the game is. So
Like
let's
I
see.
said,
Call of Cthulhu.
I think like I know you don't like too many rules, and Slay has a lot of rules. And like
See, in
but
a
I
game you
like
have
it.
to pay rent. A game where you have to pay rent is not a game, right?
Yeah,
Right. That.
I will
you.
point out
Right, the
though
internet is
that
drugs. All
fits
your
the
money goes to
lore.
drugs.
E-
Fuck you.
Aye.
Right.
Even if you were playing a different system in Slay, you need to pay rent because a big part of it is the oppressive Slay industries.
I understand that, but like, come on, because like, oh well, your
I
practice
did
homeless.
go
Now
to
what?
I
Now
did
you're
go
starving.
tame on
This
you
is
with the rent.
rubbish. You
I
did.
I know what you guys are like. I wasn't going really hardcore on your finances.
In fairness, all that stuff is
Yeah, we
included
like
in
to
D
buy
and D
shit.
and that as well, and we just always ignore it. It's the same as like weight of like
It's like
things you
food
carry.
and that. Like you're
Pointless.
supposed to get rations.
And remembering how many arrows you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
things like that.
like it depends. But then I'll tell you, there are people that would absolutely love that. Like there's people that have designed like, all right, so how are you carrying all this stuff? Like you can't have 3 spears. Like how are you carrying the 3 spears? All right, so they're tucked under your right arm. You can't use your right arm. You get what I mean? And like they'll think
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like, oh, you've got 7,000 gold coins. How much does that weigh? Like, oh, fuck off.
Aye.
Where's 7,000 gold
But there's
coins?
people-
There is a
but-
word for that. It's called a nerd.
Well,
we are them, but we're not that level of nerd.
I was gonna say I would say they're more simulation ones. Like they want a game that's as realistic as they possibly
Very
can with
true.
magic.
Yeah, that sounds like
I say something. My actually favorite thing to do is Mutant. I fucking love Mutant, but that's because I love post-apocalyptic stuff. So, and it's not just because I run Mutant. It's literally the reason I picked it is because it is the thing I like the most.
Oh no, that
You
was
like-
the question. though. It is what you like the most and what you like
I
to run the
attached
most.
to my character on that a lot, so that's why.
Yeah,
it's one of my
you pick some
favourites.
children, and then you're like, okay, this is my favorite. But I would wouldn't want to run. I don't know if anyone's ever looked at the Fallout TTRPG. Looks like dog shit to me, and it's in a world that I love.
I've long
That feels
since
more
said,
like a wargaming.
but I was gonna say I've long since said that system is terrible. It might like some people might like it. Apologize if I'm knocking your game. For us,
Oh,
it's not fun.
he
But I was
apologies,
gonna say
I
you could take
unapologise. Fuck you.
everything for Fallout and put it into Mutant.
That like
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
already
yeah.
been like dragging all the lore out of Fallout and just cracking
You
it.
could have a death claw come after us if you wanted.
Yes, you see, 100%. They've got
Yeah.
vaults in Mutant now. There is.
You
I
just
keep calling
call it a
Vault Tech, I've
claw
got
of
like
death.
Securitech.
Or a
Yeah.
death crawler.
It's just Death Claw, but I've spelled it with 2 A's. It's like, yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm trying to think. There's other post-apocalyptic ones that you can play,
Oh,
but I
there's
can't name
hundreds
enough of it. But yeah,
I would probably say fantasy would be your number one,
Ooh.
and then it would maybe be modern, but like with
I
fantasy.
will be
F,
playing
and then it would probably-
Dragonbane when we get the option. I backed the Kickstarter for
Oh,
Dragonbane,
Yeah.
and I
Don't
get
know what it is.
it's the one with the kind of rogue duck guy that I shared the artwork with you.
It's a mutant but doing fantasy.
Yeah, the rule
Yeah.
system's a D20 system, but because I backed it, I get the book on Roll20 as soon as it comes out. So as soon as it's
Oh,
out,
that's class.
play that. I can't fucking wait. Sorry.
That was the bother.
It's like all the things I want to play.
There's just so many stuff. Like,
And eventually, Rachel and Miri will start DMing games. And that'll be weird. 'cause
Oh
then I'll-
yes, I have to figure that out and do
Yeah.
things.
You have all
Maybe one
promised
day.
games for a while, so I'm looking forward to playing one with you guys.
I can't wait to play Star Trek. It's like, this is like the
Yeah.
opposite of post-apocalyptia. This is like, everything's great.
Post-utopia.
Post-utopia. That is funny. That didn't work. It's still hooked on math.
Until the board get you.
That's true. Oh, yeah, we play as the Borg. We just do as we're told all the time.
That would be like the easiest game ever. What are you gonna do? We're just gonna like press stand in our alcove,
What do you do? I wait for a command.
Roll
Stand
to
in
stand in alcove.
There is a
You stand. One.
there is a
I'll stand.
there is a Starfleet away team. Are they causing any issues? No. Stand in the alcove.
Did they mess with the router? Right, get them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight them. I get out of
Well,
the
those are fine. We're
alcove.
just gonna walk towards them, and then if they shoot us, have I adapted to their shooting?
Like, yeah, the
Yes,
first couple
or they get
board go
shot.
down, and then the next
I
one's like,
walk
no, I'm
slowly
fine.
up to them. I grab. and
We
then
just get
poke
mere
them
bonus
No,
in the
you're
dice.
bored.
balls.
We get more bonus dice the more hits that happen to each of our characters.
Yeah. That would be a truly the Borg were so scary, and now they're rubbish.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
blame Voyager
that's
for that.
not in my universe.
I
My
have
my one
not.
is going to be a Star Trek based universe, not necessarily what's in the lore of the shows.
I'm glad
So we
that
get Scary Borg.
Yeah, the
We
chill
could
thing,
potentially
relentless,
get Scary Borg.
unknowable Borg that like have no leaders and are just a big square. So a big
Yeah.
cube.
We
anyway.
call them the Big Dave.
We will
It's
get more
Scott.
That's
into
not
this
happening.
soon, but we are getting close to Rachel having to leave time.
Oh yes.
So
Oh,
we
what's
will.
your favourite system?
Mine's.
Yeah.
Well. I can't say it yet because I've only played it once. I did really enjoy that Demon Dog when I ran it. It was very, very easy to run. But I have long since loved the Call of Cthulhu system. Like,
I've noticed whenever it's Call of Cthulhu, it's you that does Richard ran it once, but whenever Call of Cthulhu comes up, Scott's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I just I like it. I like I've always liked mysteries. I've always liked horror. Well, I'm a shite bag with horror for films, but books I just eat them up.
When are
And
you running the
games.
old
He's
lady Call
terrified
of
of
Cthulhu
games
for
as
us?
Guys, you can't hear each other.
I was saying, Scott, when are you running the old lady Call of Cthulhu for us?
It's not came out yet. But it's like I could always do it in Call of Cthulhu. I just want to see if this system's better. I've looked into other systems as well. Like there's a YouTuber that did something called an Eldritch Hack, which is apparently rules light. I do not know if it's any good. It's cheap on drive through, so I might pick it up at a payday at some point. It's like £3 or something, just to see what it's like. Just mainly trying to get the rules simpler for everybody, so then it's a bit less rules, smoother going kind of thing. Especially because that's what you like. But I do like the Call of Cthulhu system as it is.
It's one that's hard to grapple with, but see, once you kind of know it, it's actually not hard to grapple with at all. It's like roll a number, is it lower than your skill, then you pass. That's basically it.
You're basically rolling percentile dice. The only time you roll anything different is damage.
Yeah.
It's obviously there are far more rules in it, and I'll be honest, I cut out a ton of the Call of Cthulhu rules in general because I don't want simulation. I want cinematic with you guys. Like I could be on like I could have looked out how much 20 quid was in 1920s equivalent money. I'm just like, I know that it's a lot. I don't know how much a lot, but I'm going to give them an insane amount of money. Mainly because he's a rich guy and he's just wanted to do this dig and he thinks he's got to make even more money off it. And then it was like, I knew everybody was going to die anyway.
So, Thor, what's your favourite game?
See,
He says the feather on the bit of wire. That's his favourite
Ah.
game.
So, Scott, what does the cat say its favourite game is?
Amon's favourite game is playing with that other cat.
Ah.
Sometimes.
You
At a
made it
specific
weird, man.
time, yeah.
You made it weird.
I just said playing with the other cat. I didn't say anything weird.
Yeah, that was you, Chris.
Cats play.
Like how Jim actually referenced the Star Trek Voyager that had the Rock in it. Yes, the Rock was indeed in Voyager.
Yeah, briefly.
See when he said like the one with the rocket, like what episode of Star Trek has a rock in it? It's the one where Q's in a rock and they find him in the rock and it turns out he's not a Q. Anyway, never mind.
I don't actually know who all has been messaging because I
Just
couldn't
look
see
there, I
it.
think Jim was in.
Because for some
Jim could
reason,
actually come.
my Streamlabs has decided to say, we value your privacy, and has just kept this here permanently with no way of me getting rid of it. And that's where my
Extreme
chat used to
privacy.
appear.
Scott, it values chat's privacy.
It might be something like that. I don't know what it is that's doing it. And I don't know how to get rid of it. I've not Googled how to get rid of it yet. I will figure it out eventually. But I will say that is past, so I'm going to say good night time and let everybody get to their beds because we've all got work in the morning.
Okay.
So.
I'm off.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Love watching us. Thank you.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
Toodles.
It's me, Jester. Oh, I'm so...